Hello. We're live. Looks like everything works. Sick. If you're on YouTube, let me know if the quality is 1080p and clear. If you're on Twitch, let me know if you're getting 720 or 1080. But yeah, what's up? We're up against Czarix today. Best of 9 series. Early stream. And we are gonna be starting off with the 3x3 matrix format. So that's where we both pick 3 factions. Nice 1080, let's go. But yeah, we both pick 3 factions. It makes a 3x3 matrix. We go and face each other off from there. Very standard. Just getting the maps set and then we're good. Right. So here we go. We're doing our picks and bans. Just getting everything managed and out of the way. Ba-ba. Yeah, early Enticity stream. This is the best time that worked for Czarix. He is in the EU time zone. So he's an elf player. So I should just pick hard elf counters, right? Yeah, YouTube downgraded from 1440. We'll see if hopefully it's all good on the Twitch side. Enticity versus Czarix. We are first faction is gonna be this. Obviously we go for Slanesh. He picks Petonia first. Wow. What a mad lad. Alright. The Petonia first pick. Crazy. Naturally, I'm going to pick dwarves. Petonia Norska versus my Slanesh dwarves. Dude, he dead, man. He dead. Dude, there's no way. Dude, this is gonna be like the best matchups ever. Oh my goodness. Alright, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. There's 2 ways to go about a best of 9 against me. Either you go hard on the factions you enjoy, and Skaven, what a mad lad. What a mad lad, man. Alright, I went Kislev. Dude. Yeah, so either you go hard on the factions you enjoy, or you just bring in the strong factions. Danican just bought strong factions yesterday. Or not yesterday, on Friday. And he did pretty good against us, but was unable to win. My 100% win rate as or against Slanesh, really hard carrying. So Slanesh versus Petonia, Norska, Skaven, it's all amazing for me. Dwarves versus Skaven though, big no on that. Big ol' fat no on that one. That seems terrible. Overconfidence is flowing early today. Ah, oh, come on, man. Come on. This is like beautiful match. I think he maybe he thought I was trying to hard counter elves. I'm really surprised he didn't whip out the wood elf, high elf starter pack, especially after seeing Slanesh and dwarves. I mean, I couldn't kill a single unit against you, so I can't really comment. Oof. Yeah, I can't wait to do more boss fight streams. Today's gonna be a short one though, just the best of 9, and then I gotta go. Yeah, early stream. Do you still have a sprint review? No. Yeah. I'd schedule it at the normal time, but we gotta work with the players. So we banned Skaven and Slanesh, which makes a lot of sense. Petonia and Kislev, which also makes a lot of sense. So dwarves versus Petonia could be hilarious. Slanesh versus Petonia, Slanesh versus Norska. Like, if I can force Dwarves Betonia, it's great. Dwarves versus Norska should also be fine. Kislev versus Norska is good. Skaven versus Kislev. I guess I'll get rid of Skaven Kislev. I don't know. All of these are pretty nice. I don't want to waste my Slanesh on his Betonia. I'll save the Slanesh for another faction. So either Norska versus Slanesh, Dwarves or Kislev, or Dwarves versus Betonia is what we have left. Interesting. You'll play Nurgle. What's this about Nurgle? Yo, anyone who brings out Nurgle in these Best of 9 series will be a legend. A very dead legend. But a legend nonetheless. Elf counter equals cav maxing, more or less. Cavalry does a lot of damage, also have a lot of HP. Also, yo, how do you like my new lamp? I got a new lamp, guys. Set decoration in the background. I'll see if I can decorate that desk behind me too. Betonia Dwarves, nice. Norska Kislev. Okay. Let's play Dwarves versus Norska. Alright, well, this is pretty chill. Alright. The Dowie. So map number 1 is gonna be Imperial Ambush. Nice. We'll see if he is... Okay, nice. Alright, he's not going to be hanging out in chat, so no blocker needed. Alright, what filth are we going to be whipping out today? I really like the Gyromax. I think it's sick against Norska. This is a disgusting build. You have to basically bring like the maximum amount of skirmishers and such if you want to survive grudge throwers. Not against Norska. Very high risk of them getting rushed down. But yeah, you get the Thunder Barge, you get the Skyhammer. Norska just doesn't really have the anti-air. Now if he goes max Fimir, that would be quite crazy. But we also have some Slayers in reserve, and then just a whack load of ranged. Fairly independent ranged too. It will make just some minor adjustments. Pun not intended. But yeah, just a couple blasting charges for capture weight, and I think we're pretty comfy. Maybe a couple just normal miners too. Just to really seal things up. The big thing is just making sure I can actually capture points after the initial air onslaught. Because we're going to be up trading. I think that's basically a guarantee here. Do I want Slayer Pirates? Ooh. Slayer Pirates are pretty good against a lot of targets. Armor piercing ranged attack. If he summons a Manticore or skirmishers. Ain't no dodging these guys. Grim Delvers are also really hype. These guys are pretty independent, pretty fast. 40 speed. 40 speed. Yeah, let's do it like this. Just a little bit of everything, and we'll summon based on the situation. Let's do it. Game number 1, Dwarves vs Norska. It's a DPS race. Who's gonna get the objectives? Well, not the Norskins, because they'll all be dead, is the hope. Should ask Turin for some belts for winning the tournaments. Well, I'm happy with the cash prize. Oh, this will be interesting. So if he goes max range, even if he takes the maximum number of range units, it does mean that his rush will be way weaker. So I don't know, man. I feel like this is a dwarf heaven. If he goes a ton of infantry, I have to land some pretty good bombs. Oh man, yeah, this is gonna be so hype. Now, we know the Norskin Ice Wolf chariots are pretty spicy. We know... Let's see what there's Marauder spam. He could take 6 skirmishers, 2 manticores, and a bunch of javelins. If he goes for like 4 horse masters, then I think we actually do have to worry just a little bit. Because like this just doesn't kill that very fast. I would need to summon in probably the Slayer Pirates right out the get-go to slow down the skirms. But as long as I can hold 1 point, we're good. The only threat here is if we get triple capped. Otherwise, this build definitely has enough DPS to clear everything out. Czarix are probably the scariest thing because they can capture so fast. If it brings Foot Wolfric, that would also be very interesting. We'll see though. I wonder if he's going to go a full anti-air build though, right? Because like obviously the other dwarven playstyles are a threat. Oh boy. All right, here we go. Time for the filth. Time for the absolute filth. He has 10 units, which means he might have gone full anti-air. You want to split the gyro bombers up so that the manticores cannot catch them. This map's actually pretty good for the Air Force because reinforcement points are so far forwards. So summoning in infantry is faster than starting with them. If you're playing vampire counts on Imperial Ambush, you keep your zombies in reserve so you can spam them in. He has a Mammoth Wolfric. Oh, he dead, man. He dead. It's over, man. Game over. All right, so that's where most of his money went to. Into a filthy mammoth that won't be doing anything. I guess it will be eating up ammunition though. But yeah, this is as bad as it gets. Do you bring Purple Sun? Oh, he brought Purple Sun. Oh, the humanity. And some Fimir. Interesting. All right, so I can't summon out too much just yet because the threat of being rushed down is rather high. I can definitely kill Wolfric though, followed by his cast. So we're just going to blast these Marauder Hunters, right? So there we go. Pretty good initial volley. Gonna dodge it. Gonna keep dodging it. Then we're gonna move in for the bombing run. There we go. And Bomberinos. All right, and they're gone. So they're already pretty done for. Then we summon in the Grim Delvers. He's gonna big rush us, right? He did summon in the Manticore, which is pretty standard. So just gonna have to pull back from that. And then begin the mass chitening on it. That means using our boys over there. He's gonna be pushing in pretty aggressively, right? Malachi's got a backup. He has a lot of Fimir, so he's basically just going for the full push on me. Pretty spooky, all things considered. Fimir, though, they won't be able to beat up my dudes over here, right? And I can probably blast this with the Grimdelvers, the Manticore. It's rampaging too, so it's going to be very exposed to a little bit of Grimdelving. Pretty big volley over there. And once that Manticore is gone, he's really starting to suffer, right? Does get a pretty nice boat, though. Come on, Manticore, go down, dang it. Grimdelvers don't got the range. They should be fine, though. Alright, so next up, we got to kill off this Manticore. He has to pull back with his Fimir, which makes a lot of sense. This Manticore, if I can rampage it into my Slayers, that would be aces. Indeed, it does get rampage into the Slayers. Nice. We're going to send a Javelin into that Manticore. And with all of the Manties down, we're sitting a little bit more comfortable. There you go. Big Javelin shot. Let's go. All right. So with the Manticores down, I gotta kill Wulfric. I think that's the big play. So I'm just gonna summon in some Rangers and start blasting them. Summon in some Slayer Pirates and start blasting them. Gyrocopter's gotta back up, but as soon as Wulfric goes down, life gets a whole lot more comfortable. Because everything's going to be prone to routing. And he's put himself in a pretty rough position so far. Already on the verge of death. Unfortunately for me, though, the Fimir have dived deep into my lines. Value trading is through the roof for us, though. As Wulfric does indeed die. But what will we do about everything else? There's a bunch of Marauders over here, right? We're gonna get a pretty sick bombing run. Manticore is down. Nice. Alright, Wulfric should be chased off of the battlefield. Very good. And then we're gonna have our Skyhammer squadron here. Come on. Hey, there we go. Definitely needed that. Definitely needed that. There we go. And goodbye, Marauder Horsemen and Axe Thors. Alright, so it's a start. It's certainly a start. But now we gotta start spamming in the boys. We're gonna need a lot of them. Wulfric should be chased off pretty efficiently. Of course, he has many a range unit just plonking away at me. Let's get the blasting charges in. Gotta make sure our gyrocopters and such all live. So he does bring in some chariots, which we definitely got to deal with using these guys. Wulfric is gone, however, which means that everything here is going to be routing off way easier, right? Just absolutely everything. His chariots probably won't be able to rush down the Bugmans. Bugmans are Chads. There's more units. There we go. His chariots are just gone almost immediately because Wulfric's dead. I've used up most of my bombs efficiently, which means now the big race for recaptures has begun. He used a lot of early shots on my Thunder Barge, which didn't really help him out too much. But it ain't over just yet, right? He's routing off a couple of my archers over here in the distance. It's gonna take a while to recapture this point. He does resummon a Manticore, though, which I feel like shouldn't really be able to do much. It's probably just gonna get rampaged and murdered, right? So on that front, we're not too worried. Gyrocopters are just amazing versus stuff like that. Grimdelvers are here too. Let's get them posted up. Manticore is just getting bullied. Nice. And that's capture point number 1 already secured. Hell yeah. Which means I just gotta worry about a couple more, but he's basically tabled at this point. Guy does not have many things left. Second Manticore is out. But as soon as I get my Brotherhood of Grimnir on this point, oh my goodness, it's gonna be over. That one Manticore almost routing too is brutality. Oh my gosh, it routes, dude. Turns out not having Wulfric sucks, man. Not having Wulfric's real bad, it turns out. Jeez. Alright, this Manticore should go down very soon too. All right, I just got to close out. Get the Brotherhood of Grimnir. They're kind of expensive though. You know what? Giant Slayers will have to do. They do have extra. They do have that sick extra capture weight, so I think they'll actually be perfect. They shall be perfect. I don't know if he knows that I still have some bombs here on this gyro bomber. That'll be pretty rough for him. Double cap's pretty rough. Whoop. A little bit of dodging. Just a little bit of dodging. Oh, he's backing up. He knows to fear the bombs. I don't know if he checked or something, but he knows to fear them, that's for sure. Kills one gyro bomber. What a guy. All right, I'm about to get my second point though. And as soon as I get that second point, it's totally over. What? Dodge it. As long as I keep dodging, we're fine. And goodbye, axe throwers. It was nice knowing you. There's no way you're surviving this bombing one though. Hey. Oh my goodness. What a massacre. And they're completely dead. So now that they're routed, I can save up some ammunition. There's the second point. He is essentially tabled now. And just like that, Norska's an easy peasy faction to beat, really. I don't know what the problem is. Everyone keeps saying Norska's like the strongest faction in the game right now. I don't know. Seem kind of chump change to me. The power of technology. Oh, man. Dude, they're gone. There's nothing left. What a disgusting build. You have to play it right, though. Like, it's not an easy build to pilot by any means. I don't think it's an easy build to pilot. But I think when played well, it's very hard for Norska to do anything. She's going to be moving in with these chariots. We're going to brace. Get the giant slayers on them. That should brutalize them pretty bad. What's he summoning in? There's some Zerkers. All right. Manticore is already routed again. If you don't chase them off the map, it's even better. You don't want to chase them off the map because then you can't resummon them. Which is hilarious. Summons another Manticore. Can a Manticore beat a Thunder Barge in a 1v1? I'm a little skeptical. Berserkers will also be having a bit of a rough time. And I've summoned in almost all my units now. Crazy. All right. All right, here we go. Skyhammer Squadron. Ouch. Oh, the pain, the suffering. All right, so now we desummon these guys. They have served their purpose. I think the blasting charges finish these guys off. Malachi is fighting a Manticore. He might actually kill Malachi. We'll see though. The Thunder Barge here is giving air support to Malachi the Unbreakable. Finally, we get the Brotherhood of Grimnir in here. And we still have a little bit of ammunition here. Nice. So he's not capturing that point anytime soon. He is getting a lot of work done with his chariots though. Admittedly, that is mildly spooky. Ooh, the Ice Wolves, though, get real beat up. Is he gonna be able to kill Malachi? He does. Thankfully, many of my units are unbreakable. So let's just see some of these guys. So I should be able to capture the point pretty easily. Thunder Barge is chilling. His chariots were unable to catch those units. Nice. And there's the point. Giant Slayers are actually a really fun tech here because they do indeed have some pretty... Oh, forgot about a gyrocopter. They have a lot of capture weight. That actually helps them out a lot, surprisingly. So he's bringing in a lot of dudes. I do have 2 more bombs, though. So yeah, he's going to have to back up from that. Does not want to eat a face full of blasting charge. We will need to bring back the ROR gyro bomber. We did not get our blasting charges off either. Rip. But I do have more bombs. So we're just going to post up over here. That should be good enough. There we go. Pretty good bomb. Gonna have to position here. There we go. He's actually going for a back point capture. He's gonna try and outweigh these Slayers. If I route off the Berserkers though, then I think he loses capture weight. I have to route off the Berserkers and the Chariots though. We just get raided. Hey, Mercy the Mad, what's up? Yeah, all right. So he did actually secure the point, but I think he's about to get routed off anyway, so it's fine. Yeah, dude, that barrage is so brutal. Yeah, goodbye, Marauders. All right, so they're gone. All right, now I just have to make sure I don't get backcapped. All righty. Backcapping is beginning. Shouldn't have brought so many units here. That's actually kind of a misplay. We're gonna some of these guys now. Bring in the flamethrowers. Okay, I do have some Grim Delvers here. They should be able to cook. He might actually be able to re-secure some points. My point holding could have been a little bit better, I'd say. I do still have a lot of time, admittedly. Is he gonna kill the Thunder Barge? We'll see. Grim Delvers are in though. His home point is gonna be captured actually. So it's actually a little bit more sus than we would have expected. He has me running around everywhere. He's probably gonna resummon a chariot soon. We gotta be a little careful here. At the very least, our gyrocopters are doing well. We will have our gyro bombers here soon. I'm just gonna use them to shadow his Norskin ice wolves, I guess. Because these ones should die to the Grim Delvers, right? Yeah, so now he's mass summoning over here. Thunder Barge at least is still alive. Good to see, good to see. We have Malachi back. Yo, if he actually captures this point, that would be really good for him. The unit of miners there, though, make it hard. Okay, there we go. Ice Wolves are down. So he does capture this one. But we will be getting it back in 20 seconds. It's actually a little sus. Pretty good bomb volley over there. Dude, he might actually win this. The loop around. All right, no, I don't think he captures this point. I don't think he captures this point. We do capture the home point. And we should be able to capture this one too. In time though, we'll see. So Malachi's back. He'll be great. Come on, come on. Do I have any loose units? I do. Bro, it's actually so close. If he captures this point, it's over. If he captures it, it's over. Oh, dang. Yo, I got my miners back. Okay, that's huge. That's actually kind of huge. Oh, jeez, he's gonna capture it. Bro. Bro, after all that. Oh my goodness. I don't think I have enough bombs. I think I got a little too comfy at the end there. He's actually gonna recapture it. What a mad lad. Dude, after getting tabled. Dang, yo, that's insane. I think I should have just spammed more miners and we would have been fine. Alrighty. Very spooky build. GG, well played. Yo, he actually pulled it back. Yeah, I should have played a little bit more cleanly in the late game. Such is life, such is life. We'll give him that one. Yo, crazy comeback though. After the Thunder Barge got 5,200 value. Yeah, what I should have done is desummon the gyrocopter sooner and just get even more value on them. His Axor's got hella value. And then map-wise, it was a little wide too, but I think if I just spammed out Giant Slayers, we probably would have been fine. I really didn't like the blasting charges, actually. I think more Giant Slayers would have been better into the Brotherhood. So I think if we're playing against Norska, like, you want to just get triple Giant Slayer for the capture weight. The Rangers also didn't really fare that well, right? Like, I think you just want an unholy amount of capture weight. All right, so how would I change the build? Oh, we can get another gyrocopter. Just for even faster clearing. I think that would honestly not be the worst idea. Honestly, my build wasn't that refined, but we know that it can totally crush it. Oh, another really strong thing is to just go for 2 Thanes on foot. Because he doesn't really have a way to kill them, right? Though 500's kind of expensive. Can I go for Slayer Heroes instead? I could also go for Runesmiths. 800? They can go as low as 550. So I can go Rune of Wrath and Ruin on them. Which is just a long con trading type ability. I think that makes the most sense. Because he can kind of ignore the Thanes, but at the Runesmiths he has to actually go and fight. Yeah, that was a crazy comeback though. Also, yeah, thank you for the Mercy the Mad raid. We were really in the thick of that game. I think, yeah, the range units just really didn't do that much. The Grim Delvers were kind of disappointing. I do think you need a couple of them just in case. But mostly you should be summoning in Slayers and the Runesmiths. I think once you get that going, you're pretty fine. More gyrocopters too. You could swap out the Rangers for them. And then... yeah, and then like a Dwarf Warrior. Or like a Dwarf Warrior Great Weapon. Just for, you know what, I'll go for the cheaper variant. You know, I'll go for the Miners, just because it's raw capture weight. I don't even think you need the Grim Delvers. I think you just want more raw capture weight. So that he can't just prance around so much with them annoying chariots. Let's see here. Let's do... one Ranger? Yeah, I think I do still need one Ranger in case it goes mass cav, but... Dwarf, Air Force with Cap. Yeah. Alright. Here we go. Time for the next one. Okay, so you can't pick Norska anymore. I can't pick Dwarves. Interesting. But yeah, this is the perfect build versus Norska. I think I took way too much range and like he just kind of trounced him. You really do want just a ludicrous number of Slayers. Alright, we sent them the link. At least Norska's out of the picture now. Yeah, I got way too comfortable. I got way too comfortable with after I got a triple cap and 1,300 points. I thought there was no way he'd be able to pull it back. But he did. We got pulled around. With the right build though, it should be like actually impossible. Like that actually, it fills me with confidence for future tournaments and such. All right, so what's he gonna go for? You know my first faction, It's Slanesh. He goes for Bretonia again. Except this time we don't got dwarves. Which changes a few things up. Can you get an Iron Breaker? I don't think Iron Breaker is really cooked too hard here. Skaven once again. Okay. Slanesh Kislev versus Bretonia Skaven. I could just go Tomb Kings. You know what? Tomb Kings is great. So what? Tomb Kings, Kislev, Slanesh, Bretonia, Skaven, and what's his last faction? What's it gonna be? I need vengeance. I need vengeance from my Dowie brethren. Rangers with great weapons. So they don't actually hold their own in melee. I think that's a very big misconception. So Ranger great weapons, or yeah, if you go Ranger great weapons, look at the stats, 22-20. Are you really telling me that a miner with 2 chevrons holds its own in melee? No, right? No one's saying miners with chevrons holds its own. I guess 3 chevrons. But yeah, they also have less leadership and no armor. These guys are similar. So if you go Quarrel or great weapons, right, and compare them to miners, I guess their miner with 5 chevrons is Quarrel or great weapons. I also don't think. They also have 2,000 less HP. So yeah, no, absolutely not. All right, so I went Tomb Kings, Kislev, Slanesh. He went Bretonia, Skaven, and Khorne. I think there's a few really bad matchups there. We got like the Tomb Kings Khorne, which we want to get rid of. Kislev versus Khorne is a little sus. Slanesh versus Khorne should be winning. You know, Slanesh versus all of these should be winning. The scariest one is versus Bretonia. Czarix will be able to play that one very well, but Skaven Tomb Kings. Alright, so he bans that one. I'm gonna ban Khorne Tomb Kings. We're going to ban out Kislev Slanesh is fine. Kislev Khorne is fine. I'm gonna ban Slanesh. No. I'm gonna ban Slanesh Bretonia? Honestly, I would kind of want to play it. Tomb Kings Bretonia is fine too. Kislev Bretonia is fine. What am I worried about? Honestly, a bunch of good matchups again. As long as I don't throw, we should be fine. So I should ban out some even matchups. Some more even looking matchups. Try and force a him to play Skaven or something. So no Tomb Kings. Tomb Kings has been banned out. But this is also that I can force Kislev into Bretonia, Skaven, Khorne. Or Slanesh into Bretonia, Skaven, Khorne. In theory, my Slanesh game should go well. Let's take a look-see. I believe Kislev is good into Bretonia. Bretonia versus Kislev. Yeah, really bad matchup for Bretonia. Oh my goodness. Nice army, thank you, thank you. It did lose though, but mostly because we misplayed. Also, shout out to Mercy the Mad. He also does Warhammer content, check him out. He also does general Warhammer content, not just Total War, if I remember correctly. Plays many of the new Warhammer games that have been coming out. He bans Bretonia Kislev, nice. And Khorne Slanesh, also nice. So, what? Skaven versus Kislev. I think Kislev should be able to beat Skaven. Kislev should be able to beat Khorne. Slanesh should be able to beat both. But But I don't want to waste my Slanesh pick versus Skaven. I will play Slanesh versus Petunia though. So would I rather play Kislev versus Skaven or Kislev versus Khorne? I think, let's do it like this. Either Kislev versus Khorne or Slanesh versus Petunia. Technically I can get a matchup versus Skaven, but I really don't want to waste my good factions on Skaven because I feel like it's pretty easy to beat him with other stuff. If I do this for too long though, then I just never play my good factions. And then he'll play Skaven in like a really Skaven favored matchup. So we must be careful. Kislev versus Khorne should be good though. I feel like I already have a preset build, right? I don't. But if you basically go the same War Wagon strat that Empire does, they're pretty weak. I forgot to check the map though. Map is Hashut's Oil Fields. Hashut's Oil Fields. Big wide open one. He wants to play Petunia versus Slanesh. Sick. Alright. Petunia versus Slanesh. So this one's pretty fun. You both have a ludicrous amount of mobility. Is he going to bring the Flock of Doom though, or is he going to be healing? Right. If he's healing, Eternal Entourage is sick. I think Hellstriders are amazing. Although I don't have Plague of Rust, so they're actually not that amazing. You mostly want the AP Cavalry. Of course, we also don't have Halberds, which does change a few things up. But I do have Furies. I do have Melkoths and or Pavane. I will need to find a way to win the frontline fight though, right? This is going to be a cav fight versus Czarix, which is his comfort zone. I could go for Horsemen. This is a massive map and kind of leans into that skirmish capability. Now, do I want Marauder Spears? It's very easy for them to get overwhelmed. And they're also not armor piercing. I kind of just need something that can break a front line. But I don't think I need that much infantry. Though Chaos Warriors are surprisingly hard to deal with. I think if we take 3 of, we should be good. Melkoths is rough versus healing. So I think we will actually go for the Lore of Slanesh instead. He doesn't have a Rampage shut down. So it just opens up many opportunities for us. And then just a ludicrous amount of armor means that he's gonna need some sort of Foot Squire action to shut him down. And Foot Squires, thankfully for me, are not very fast. So that'll let me kind of skirmish around and get a lot of value that way. If he goes for Yeomen, we do have Pavane still. Overall, this looks not too bad. Lots of options, lots of mobility. I don't think there's much to worry about here. There's no way he can Lord Snipe me. Not with so much cavalry. At least hypothetically, but I don't think I need another single entity is what I'm saying. Sure, let's try it out. If he brings a mass air force, he loses to the skirmishers in theory. So I think we're good. Czarix though, showing that he's a spooky fellow with the 1 win against us already. Pretty rough. Pretty rough from a poor Dowie. I just gotta make sure the rest of these games aren't close though. We lock in, we'll be fine. As long as he is still in the game, we gotta play hardcore mode. Gold chevron halberds. If he goes for a Mantide box, this map is definitely not it for it. It is just way too big, right? This map's massive. It's huge. I imagine he's going to be bringing a few Yeoman archers himself, though. But my lord, with Pavane, there's no way. At 500 gold a cast, like, you know, me getting 500 gold every time I cast Pavane, if he does bring skirmishers, it's a little too sus. Unless he goes for a full mobility build with skirmishers and cavalry, that could be pretty hype. We'll see. I wonder if he'll go a life caster and a flock of doomer. That will certainly be very interesting. Alberic Cav Max. I think Alberic Cav Max loses to these dudes, but he will have a lot of starting melee cav, right? So he can actually out cavalry me at the start. And if he catches my skirmishers, it's over. I think that's the scariest part. I don't have Malkoths, so I won't be able to escape. Alberic gives a speed boost. He could potentially get a lot of work in through that. We'll see. If we lose this game, there's a high chance Czarix will be the first person to beat me in this best of 9 series that we got going here. A little spooked, but I feel like we got some pretty good matchups here. And he will run out of factions eventually. After he plays Batonia, Skaven, High Elves, and Wood Elves. The thing is, if he wins with all of his 5 main factions, we're done. He only needs 5 wins. And he has the 5 factions to win with. Of course, Khorne is pretty simple to play too. But we'll see. So we'll start off with a skirmisher maximizing over there. He has 15 units, so he's not cav maxing. That means we can do this. Nice. So it's going to be an early triple cap. If he posts his army here, he could potentially hold 2 points at the same time. Of course, we do still have some mighty Slaneshi armor. He has 8 units in reserve, which is quite low, right? Honestly, very interested to see what he's got. Okay, so he does have some yeomen at the very beginning. He didn't put the yeomen here though, which I think is generally a smart play. I don't want to take an unnecessary amount of damage here, so we're actually just going to give him that and use our armor to take that instead. Otherwise, it's just a whack load of infantry. Beast Slayers of Bastogne, okay. Interesting, interesting. But will he be Pavaned at the very start? I feel like that Pavane's gonna be pretty brutal. Looks like it's gonna be ticking. And that should be a solid early game pick, all going well. Just because he doesn't really have the defenses to keep these guys alive. There they go. So there's the rampage. And a swift murdering going on there. He does have a life caster, which means that I can summon in some more elite cavalry. Something like these dudes over there. Lord is going to actually be charging in though, so he wants to chase him. This could be a big misplay, however, right? Because he's kind of getting drawn forwards, Alberic, that is. And if he dies here, that would be very bad. It's not like he has a lot of support, right? He's gonna get charged in the rear. There's Knights of the Realm. He does rout off one of my units though. One of my Hellstriders, but it is just a unit of Hellstriders. He charges with the Pegasus Knights. Oh dang, dude, the Pegasus Knight save was actually sick. I see. Alright, so that was actually fairly well played. He does lose his Knights of the Realm. But overall, he actually traded very well there. Surprisingly enough. Of course, my armored marauders here will be great against his front line. That we don't have to worry about. Although Alberic is looking to take a bit of a fight. Is he going to commit with his Pegasus Knights? He's going to try charging my Hellstriders. We're not going to let him do that. Hellstriders over here against Knights of the Realm. Dang, dude. Those Knights of the Realm are cooking. I can probably kill off his Royal Pegasus, though. Looks like my infantry are actually doing just fine. I can probably kill off the Pegasus Knights here, too. We'll see how that goes. He's playing a mean game of Bretonia, though. Okay, yeah, Pegasus Knights will be dying. I think this is what we want to do. I think we want to rampage Alberic. And then we just want to go for the kill. I do have to be a little wary of my lord. Right, we gotta make sure they don't die to Alberic or anything here. Oh, crap. Dude, they're gonna die to Alberic. I got hit by the yeoman. Oh, that's painful. Can I kill Alberic at least? Oh my god. Bro, the miss micro. The miss micro was bad. Alberic, though, is fairly surrounded. We're gonna run away from the Beast Slayers. Okay, here's the play, right? Here's the play. Dude, I just got murdered by Alberic. Come on, just beat him up. He has his infantry here, which is really bad. We're down trading massively, too. Fiends of Slaanesh are in, though. Neither of us has captured the points. Dude, his yeoman. His sick yeoman plays. Oh, and he actually picks back up. What a guy. Dude, I threw that one real bad. Oh my god, dude. All right, yeah, GG well played. GG well played. Dude, that was real rough. Oh my gosh. Alberic wasn't even on his big mount. I just took a million shots from the yeoman. Dang. All right, yeah, so the skirmishers really didn't do that much that game. I was not a huge fan of them. He got some good plays with his Royal Pegasus Knights, and then we just kind of got outmaneuvered. Oh my gosh. All right, I really got to luck in. I think I do want to just, if we're going to play against Bretonia, I think what you want to do, you do still want the armor. I think you do just go really hard on the cavalry at the start and then just kill yeomen for days, because they should not be able to survive like a full-on rush. I think you do actually just go for smoke and mirrors. You say screw it, you go for the smoke and mirrors, you have the rampage, and I think you do want to just like hella cav it, because they're gonna bring those guys, right? I think they're gonna have to bring them. Let's see here. Do you bring the Eternal Entourage to start? Just for some like mega cav at the beginning? Okay, you do kind of need some warriors. I think the odds that you can get a sick catch with smoke and mirrors is so high, though, that like I almost want to just have the armor in reserve and just start with like the ludicrous number of dudes. Yeah, just full Moby max at the start, just a little bit of armor. You bring these guys. I think this is smarter. I don't think you should go for skirmishers. Slaanesh versus Bretonia. Alright, I got lock in though. So that's Norska and dwarves. So no dwarves or Slaanesh for me no more. Oh my gosh, dude, we're getting wrecked today. No dwarves or Slaanesh. He went Norska, Bretonia. All right, so we're gonna start off with this. Do normal Pegasus do magic damage like the Royal unit? I don't think they do. So I pick Wood Elves first. You pick Tomb Kings first. Then Tzeentch. Okay, so Tomb King Tzeentch against Wood Elves Kislev. Interesting. Third faction versus Tomb King Tzeentch. You know, I'm surprised he's not whipping out the elves yet. I guess he doesn't need it. Okay, got my third faction. What about an armor wall? An armor wall is generally pretty good versus Betonia, but if he gets a cav advantage, he'll just cycle charge him to death. His last faction is high elves, okay. Not too bad. I'm gonna need to win one of these though, otherwise I won't be able to force him into picking bad matchups that he's not used to playing. Okay, so Wood Elves vs Tomb Kings is an easy first ban. Let's just get that out of the way real quick. Dude, losing as Slaanesh though, devastating. I really did need to catch his skirmishers for sure. What's the mod that unlocks your units? I'm really looking for that one when you get reinforcements. Undocks your units? I don't know what you mean. Yo, it's still 720? What the crap? Dude, if Twitch is just always gonna give me 720, why am I even streaming at 1080p at this point? Yo, that's weird, man. Alright, so Tomb King's Kislev, he bans. Makes a lot of sense. High Elves Empire, he bans. Also makes a lot of sense, though I feel like that one's playable. Let's see. Kislev vs Tzeentch should be fine. Empire vs Tomb Kings should be fine. Empire vs Tzeentch. Wood Elves vs Tzeentch. It's all relatively okay. Kislev vs High Elves is also good. Alright, so I can start banning some of the more even matchups in my head. I think Wood Elves vs Tzeentch is potentially rough because they have a million blues and pinks for your lightly armored everything. And Empire vs Tzeentch we're also gonna get rid of. Sticking with the Kislev vs Tzeentch, which I think will be most comfortable. Yeah, I'm gonna switch back to 1440 if Twitch just gives me 720 no matter what. Twitch is being a pain. I had 1080. It's really weird. So Twitch will like throttle your connection sometimes. It's very strange. Are Vampire Coast just that bad? Vampire Coast, Maximilianer plays a mean Vampire Coast, but generally they have a lot of hard counters. They're not favored very much at all. Why no longer 1440p on YouTube? I was trying to get 1080p on Twitch. So by streaming 1080p, which is like good for everyone, then everyone can be happy. But it's just not working. It's just not working, man. Also, yeah, I don't play Vampire Coast because I think you have to play really well to squeeze value out of that faction. So the last matchups is High Elves, Wood Elves, Kislev, High Elves. So Wood Elves versus his High Elves, Kislev versus his High Elves. Both are fine. Kislev versus Tzeentch is like eh. Empire versus Tomb Kings is also like eh. Yeah, playing Vampire Coast, yeah, the most optimal way to play them is to just spam zombies. It's a little sad, not super exciting or fun. Your Czarix such a menace though. 0-2. Very fast 0-2. Which three factions do you think will be updated after the Norska High Elf Slaanesh? Oh, I don't know, man. feel like Nurgle needs even more love, but yeah, that's kind of a hard one. Maybe Coast. I'd love to see a Vampire Coast DLC. He bans High Elves Kislev. He bans Tzeentch and Kislev. Let's play Wood Elves versus High Elves. This is as good of a time as we can get for this matchup. So on Cursed Oasis. Wood Elves versus High Elves. So generally it's a kite fest. Nothing too crazy about it. I think, let's see here. Do I want to Weight Watcher kite it though? Or want a Deepwood Scout kite it? Weight Watcher kite's not bad. If he goes full Cav Max, this map is big enough where I should be able to hunker down and go on the hard defensive. Spell-wise, what do I want though? I think just a ultra cheapo Shadows caster is probably fine. At 500 gold, no one's really suffering if she dies. Although having a Source of Terror would be really nice. So it could go a Glade Lord on a Dragon, but Dragon's just so expensive and doesn't really do that much. I think this lady's just better. Just an ultra cheap Malkotzer with Smoke and Mirrors to speed boost my ranged if need be. We take 3 more Deepwood Scouts to complete the kite. Based on some builds, he might be really resistant. 2 Eternal Guard in reserve, in case he has that sick Cav Rush. And then the rest is just managing his elf spam. He's gonna have a lot of elves. He's gonna have a ludicrous number of them. He's gonna be spamming cavalry. The Stag Knight's decent versus that, though they will get shot into oblivion if I'm not careful. $1,200 gold? What am I supposed to do with that? You know what? Blessing of the Ancients is fine. There's some trees on this map. But, yeah, I think it's just a skirmish party. Like, I think you just want a ludicrous amount of archers. And then just, like, a handful of cavalry to protect them. And then that's basically the whole... It's basically the whole game. I do think this is pretty nice for High Elves in general, but... This should be a good starter. I do actually want, though, weirdly enough, I do want, like... Do I put my Lord on an Eagle? That puts him in a really precarious situation. But you do actually need a spotter unit to see where his skirmishers are. So having an Eagle is actually kind of important here. I could also put her on an Eagle and takes Loec's Blessing. Yeah, take Loec's Blessing. That way she's just a little bit harder to murder. And then what? Just a bunch of Wild Riders. Like, Wild Riders are kind of fine enough. None of them are shielded, but I think this is mostly what we want. Just a ludicrous Cav Corps. Some AP Cavalry. I only need a little bit of AP Cavalry, I think. Yeah, this feels pretty good. Because these guys are armor piercing. They'll be great. I don't have a net. But we should be okay. Very fun build, yeah. If he's not kiting, I think we have a good advantage. But knowing Czarix, he's going to be able to mitigate my kite damage quite a bit. I don't think he'll just be eating Weight Watcher volleys for, you know, 24/7. So we'll have to be a little careful. At the very least, though, Lots of skirmishers. Lots of cavalry. Just gonna post up over here. We got Bird Lady. Ready, good luck, have fun. So hopefully I can get some good Way Watcher volleys here. If he does catch the Way Watchers, we're just dead. Low unit count means I should post pretty far back with them, just in case he full rushes me. I suspect he's also going for a kite, but you never know. Yeah, okay, he is going for a kite. So there we go. We dodged the first volley. So it's a bunch of Shadow Walkers. That's honestly totally fine by me. He does have Techless and a net and a Flame Spire Phoenix. Certainly a lot of skirms he's got going there. But one thing we can do is we can hunker down over here for the sick Loix Blessing speed boost. We're gonna pull back. We're gonna Melkoths for the speed. And we're gonna rush him down because he is simply unprepared for such speed. This is 1 million speed cavalry we got going on here. And he brought in spears to start. Like, it's just... it's just gonna be rough. Oh my god. Dude, Melkoths, man. Do not underestimate Melkoths, it turns out. Holy crap, that was a charge and a half. Alright, next up, we shoot the Silver Helms. We bully his skirmishers. We bring in more cavalry, and then I should be fine. Overall, though, this is very painful for him. I should be able to get another volley over there, so he summons in some Illyrian Reavers. They're kind of whatever. And then we got Bird Lady over here. She can just pop off. Let's just keep them running. Dude, that cav charge was so glorious. Okay, yeah, so there go his cavalry over there. And then it's just chasing off these fools and making sure that they never come back. Turn on fire at will on the Way Watchers. And then go here. All in all, pretty good. He's bird dropping me, though. He's certainly bird dropping me. Getting some pretty good damage on the Way Watchers. But as long as we chase these guys off properly, I think we're still pretty fine. Just another Reaver summon, which can't really do that much. Realistically. There we go. Let's get that Melkoths going. His bird's almost dead. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And yeah, I'm just gonna Loix these guys. So Loix Blessing and Melkoths gets them to like 100 speed or something. They become Slaneshi. Become Slanesh. Alright. Now I gotta make sure I don't start power tripping and lose the game, right? We do have the rest of the game to play out. I've made the mistake before. I gotta make sure these Way Watchers don't get caught by his cavalry and then we just get screwed. Also gotta make sure my Lord lives. So there we go. Phoenix is down. We're gonna escort it off the battlefield. We're gonna unblob our cavalry in case he has some crazy magics on him. Get some Melkoths. Totally fine though. I think we can just surround and kill Techless actually. He's kind of exposed. And at this point he's basically tabled. Huzzah! Alright. Techless is being beat up. I have another Melkoths. That's another speed boost. And if I just spam melee cavalry, that's basically the safest thing we can go for. Let's kill Techless now before he's able to bring in a bunch of support. Can we get him killed? It appears... it's a bit of a tussle. I wouldn't have committed to the engagement if I didn't have the Wild Hunters of Kurnos, but since they are here, it's fine. They should be able to kill off these Silver Helms, no problem. Techless is getting real low. Good to see, good to see. Oh, he gets the net. Actually, pretty sick play. Stag Knights are gonna need to come on in. Oh, dang. He's gonna get the bird on them, too. Pretty brutal. And Teclis lives. Okay, actually pretty well played. Pretty well played, actually. I will need to escape with my lord real quick. Thankfully, she's fast. My super elite cavalry is amazing. They'll be fine. And of course, we will have some stag knights here. I gotta make sure I don't just lose my lord, though, right? It's a little sus. Just a little sus. Stag knight support, though, should be fine. And thankfully, the wild hunters of Kronos are really strong. Turns out that was a bit of a sketchy engagement, though. I should not have taken it. But, yeah, he's not gonna catch my lord, and he taps it. All right. She well played. We hit back, and we take out his high elves, which is one of his best factions. Thank goodness. 0-3 would have been so bad for us. But, yeah, just that early cav charge is kind of ludicrous. Let's save this. Wood elves versus high elves. So I played wood elves. He played high elves. He's going to want to play wood elves next, though, right? I think he's certainly looking for that. So I gotta be a little careful. Christmas cavalry be zooming. All right, here we go. No -16 on anyone. Call for the wild hunt. So it's a 35% speed boost, right, on the cavalry. It's pretty high. So he can't play Norska, Bretonia, or high elves. I do have to be wary of his Skaven, though, because like Czarix does play a really mean Skaven. We have to respect it. He's gonna whip out wood elves at some point. And unless I get a really good matchup, it could just be a free win for him. All right. And his, let's see here. So first faction, I think I do want to start with this. Yes, he picked wood elves first. So my first two factions is going to be Kislev and Bretonia. He goes for Tomb Kings, which I'm not really too worried about. Let's see here. Against wood elves, Norska, hard maybe. It's a little sus though. I don't know if I really like that. I could go high elves myself though, and try and beat his wood elves in a high elves versus wood elves. Just play it on the other end. That would be pretty jokes. Risky though. Okay, and Skaven, nice. I do think my elf mirror matches are not bad. This will be spice. This will be very spice. Yeah, we're only allowed to play a faction once. So he bans Tomb Kings versus Kislev. It's good, because I don't actually know how to play that matchup. Then we're going to ban... Everything counters his wood elves, in theory. I just have to play it right. High elves versus Tomb Kings is kind of sus. Actually, they do have Burning Head. High elves versus Skaven, Bretonia versus Skaven, Kislev versus Skaven. In theory, this is all great. In practice, we'll see. So ban Bretonia versus Tomb Kings. What else is a fairly even matchup? I guess we'll ban... But I guess we could ban, I don't know, High Elf Skaven? Bretonia Skaven? I guess I'll just start banning the Skaven matchups. I'll start with banning Kislev Skaven. I really want to beat his wood elves because all three factions are like perfect, right? I don't want to give him a free wood elf win down the line. And if he's stuck playing Skaven and Tomb Kings for the rest of the tournament, we're golden. So I want to like knock out all his good factions and then win in the latter half of the best of 9. Are you gonna do games against beginners again? Yeah. Sometime soon. I'm a little busy. So I haven't really been able to get as much of the stuff I want out as I have been. But sometime soon. Not today, though. Today, we're just going to finish a best of 9, cast a few replays that people sent me, and then we're going to call it a day. Should be pretty short, unless this goes all the way to the 9th game. But yeah, I really want to get High Elves, Betonia, or Kislev versus Wood Elves. And I can guarantee it, too. And then I just have to win it. And then we just have to win it. But there's always a chance that the build victory goes hard. He bans Wood Elves and Betonia. And he bans Wood Elves versus High Elves. Makes a lot of sense. So that means he might be looking for the Kislev match. Okay. So I can either play High Elves versus Skaven, Betonia versus Skaven, High Elves versus Tomb Kings. Ooh, High Elves versus Tomb Kings. Okay, let's just check the total tavern stats. So if you look at the stats, High Elves versus Tomb Kings is mildly High Elf not favored. So I feel like Czarix knows how he wants to play that, and he's gonna wreck me. So we get rid of that. Wood Elves, the worst matchup is Kislev. I have to leave that one. So I think the 2 matches we leave them is High Elves versus Skaven or Kislev versus Wood Elves. Kind of interesting. I think High Elves versus Skaven should be good for me. Kislev versus Wood Elves should be good for me. Kislev just have such powerful cavalry. Wood Elves can't really easily compete against it. The map is Chateau. All right. So he wants to play versus Kislev. Oh boy. If I win this one, I just took out 2 of his best factions. And we're back in the running. If I lose this one, it's getting pretty sus. I still think we'll be able to win it, as always, but... So I'm playing Kislev versus his Wood Elves. Oh boy. Okay, so how do we want to do this? I think, obviously, a Cav Max is good. I think Frostworms are amazing, but what Lord is he going to be running, right? Is he going to be netting me down? What's the play? So, we're on Chateau. After getting Cav rushed last game, I don't think he's going to want to bring a Max Skirmish again. He could though, right? He could. I think having this ambusher is just always a good idea. A free net is always so solid. I could just Kossar max him. Just have a ludicrous number of Kossars. I think he's a little worried about getting rushed down again, right? Armored Kossars are pretty good. I do need to have something though for like a full rush. He could also bring a Cav Max himself. We'll see, we'll see. It's gonna be a shootout though, for sure. Let's see here. I think if I bring the Griffin Legion in reserve, that could be really nice. Magic wise, I really don't know. Does Ulrika have Smoke and Mirror? She does. How expensive is she though? Dude, she's so expensive. But I can bring Melkoths again against him to hit up his ranged. So like if I really wanted some crazy rush, we would just run Ulrika. She's just kind of too pricey though. For only a little bit more, you can get an Ice Witch on a big old dragon. Who's the best player you ever played against, you think? I think Czarix is the best. I think Danican is the second best out of the people in the community right now. I've played against both of them a good amount. And they would be the people I would fear the most taking me out in like a best of 5, best of 9 type series. There's a lot of other players who are really good specialists, though, with other factions. That'll just wreck your face. They'll just wreck your face if they get to play their main. So like Maximillionaires, Vampire counts is really spooky. Honestly, attack speed enjoyer plays a pretty mean Wood Elves too. Why don't you use Pit of Shades? Pit of Shades is not as consistent as Melkoth's. It can be dodged, and it costs a lot more magic. There's also not as many situations to use it unless there's like range units you want to cast it on. So I don't fancy it too much. Now, if he goes for like a... Could he go for a Horse Skirmisher play? I guess he could, right? So if he goes Horse Skirmishers, I want more Ambushers. Obviously, we're going to have lots of Cavalry. I think you almost just want to max out on it. Magic-wise, though, what do I want? Ice Sheet is not bad because it slows. Can combo it with some of this stuff. What do I want? Hailstorm. Hailstorm's not bad, right? You know, Hawks of Miska is just amazing. I could just route off his cavalry with Miska Hailstorm. Freezing Winds is a slow. It's just good, right? Like, this is just solid. Get one big monster for a few terror routes, which is very important. Versus Wood Elves. We have our one Skirmisher. I think I do want to just run a lot of cavalry. Force him to take a bunch of infantry. And then we can bring in our own kite tools that he might not expect. But I do think we want a fairly chunky cavalry starter. Because very likely he could just have some absurd amount of units. Some absurd amount of kite units. And if you don't overwhelm his cavalry, you're kind of screwed. Okay, what else do I want here, though? Do I want a Patriarch? Does Patriarch bring anything to the table? Not really. I'm at a little bit of a loss on how to fill out the rest of this build. Could take a second Frostworm, but I suppose he will likely have a net. Snow Leopard's pretty jokes, though. I really want to find a way to fit it in there. Ooh, there we go. So there's a Cav Max. Snow Leopard to snipe his Lord, and then Dervishes in the summon with Griffin Legion and lots of spears. This is a fairly safe build. Very strong against kite play styles. No Little Grom. We don't really have a big need for it. Is it time for Crystal Sanctuary? Not really. I don't have anything really worth casting Crystal Sanctuary on. Even if he nets something down. Other than my Lord, I guess. But I'd rather just kill his cavalry. And the first thing we're going to do is just try and capture all the points. If he's going for a kite build, I need to capture the points quickly. Because if I don't, he's just going to hunker back here and summon in everything he needs to win the game. An initial strong Cav Core is good. And if he goes for Horse Skirmishers, I think it's a free win with the Ambushers as long as I don't misplay it. The Ambushers are real solid. They have a 100 meter range net. So it's asking for like to get jebaited into a bad situation and countercharged by cavalry. Wood Elf Skirmishers are really expensive too. Very expensive. And then, depending on the build, if it's just a bunch of infantry, I can just spam Cossars and Ambushers. And then go from there. Here we go. First things first. Did he go for a kite? He's playing Wood Elves. This is apparently the worst matchup in the game for Wood Elves. He has double Branch Wraith with Malkoths, okay. And he has a Glade Lord with the net. Overall, everything's kind of normal so far. It seems like he probably is going for a skirmish build because we haven't seen any of his units yet. But I have to actually find them, right? So I don't want to eat Malkoths for days. Okay. So he's going to shoot at my Lord. She has insane missile resist, though. We're just going to capture this point. We're going to chase down his Lord. We're going to bully his Branch Wraiths. We're just kind of waiting to see where his stuff is at. Okay, yeah, it is just a normal build. Okay, that's fine. So the Snow Leopard doesn't have to hound down his Lord as much now. Ouch, took a little bit of heat there. And what we want to do is just set up for a big rush. He has a bunch of Starfire shafts, okay. Actually, I don't even need a big rush. I don't need a big rush. Yeah, what we want to do is actually just spam a bunch of ranged ourselves. Get him in there. I already have a pretty solid cav advantage. He did a little bit of damage to the dervishes, which is rough. But I should be able to pressure him forwards with just a whole lot of ranged. Starfire shafts are rather expensive, so if we just outgun him, we're pretty happy here, right? He's gonna keep sniping the Snow Leopard. He's honestly getting really good value trades at the beginning, which has me a little bit worried. But I think this will mostly come down to the latter stages of the battle anyway. Snow Leopard's still taking massive heat from his Lord, though. She just keeps hounding it down. Look at this lady, all right. Okay. At the very least, I can start shooting up his spears. He's gonna summon a little bit of cavalry over here on the far side. Huh. Ouch! The ambushers, bro! Yo, he's kind of wrecking me. As far as I'm concerned, we are getting wreck-a-ronied. I need to commit with the cavalry, I think, now. Before it's too late. I think we want to get a bombardment there. We want to just loop-de-loop around. Want to outgun his stuff over here. Very nice. Okay, let's back it up. Get my Lord in there. She can Hawks of Miska these fools. Whoop. Just a little bit of deep diving. A little bit of care. I think we took out most of his range units. It's definitely a little sus though, right? Just a little bit. I think we definitely could have done this a bit better. That Ice Storm will do well though. Hawks of Miska worked out fairly well in our favor. And of course my cavalry can just grind up against him forever. That was a pretty good hailstorm, all things considered. Lord is still alive, and okay, yeah, most of his range units are getting shut down pretty bad. And then we can send our Griffin Legion on the Wild Hunters, which is going to make use of that sweet Kislev passive that makes them so hard to shake off your units, right? So Griffin Legion are cooking. Wild Hunters are going in. So there's another big rout. Love to see it. Get the kitty cat on him. Another hailstorm. So far, so good, actually. The engagement has worked out fairly well in our favor. Griffin Legion are going on in. They'll be massacring him. Very nice. Can I kill off the Zotes maybe, or even his Lord? That would be huge. Trading wise is slowly coming back for us. It's good. Yeah, all right, there we go. So let's see if we can beat up these Zotes now. If I can kill off his Lord, we're set. He gets a net, but it doesn't save him. And the Griffin Legion do beat the Wild Hunters of Kurnos, which is a massive uptrade for us. His branch rates really aren't doing that much. They're trying to disrupt my infantry, but they're just kind of getting bullied. There go the Zotes too. Absolute massacre. His lord does live to tell the tale, though. Those are great stag knights. Okay, got to be a little careful around them. Just a little careful. Let's swap out our cavalry over here. And then nice. So we get pretty solid charge. All his range is dead. All right. All I gotta do is make sure I don't get caught up by stag knights, and I think we got it. Honestly, not too bad. Let's get a hailstorm on them. Those are just sacrificial dervishes. We don't care about them that much. And with all of these, yeah, spear infantry units, life's gonna be tough. All I realistically got to do now is just enjoy shooting them up with spears for days. Right? Kossar spears will cook them. There's a massive charge over there on the far side. His branch rate is going down. Very nice. No more branch rate would be huge. And my lord is still in good health, which is exactly what we need. And we have a range advantage now. Oh my goodness, things are looking good. Valia has gone extremely in our favor now. Even though he did play the early game really well, I think our cavalry is just too good. It seems kind of just impossible for him to really get the trades that he wants here. Because like my cavalry is just they're just gonna be crushing it, right? Just gonna be annihilating face. 24/7. My range units are better than his because they'll actually stick around, so he can't exactly deep dive them either. Let's make sure we don't throw, though. Let's make sure we don't throw. Let's get in a little bit more cavalry here. Get the D summons. Uses his dryads there to stop my lord a little bit. A little annoying. I can punish them with some Miska, though. Whoop. Still got a micro well, it turns out. Dang, the Hawks of Miska, however, pretty brutal. Slowed down his Glade Riders, too. So they're going to be getting caught. Does get the Stag Knights on me, however. Pretty painful. But my lord continues to live, and the Stag Knights are now charged. They're slowed, so they can't really get in there. They're getting shot to pieces, too. Certainly a scary match still, though. Gotta make sure we don't throw. Gotta make sure we don't throw. Okay, there we go. So Stag Knights are down. Very nice. Maybe I can catch his Glade Lord or something here. We definitely want to shoot these guys up. I have a million dervishes and a Griffin Legion. They should be able to cook. He gets a net on the Griffin Legion, though. Smart play. Sends in the Wild Hunters. He wants a kill. But I have too much cavalry here, right? Just supporting my my lord. She's doing fine, yeah. Couple spears over there, too. So Griffin Legion can take out the remnants of his Stag Knights. That'll be a really good bombardment on his Wild Hunters. Just got to keep my lord alive. There you go. And then my Spear Kossars here win the day, right? It's still pretty sus, though. It's still pretty sus. Thank goodness I have range superiority, though. If it was just a cav fight, I'd be a little sussed out. Okay, yeah, they're gone. They're gone. We're good. All right. Wing Lancers. I don't even need to capture another point. I'm happy on the 1 point. He's still going for my lord, though. Will she ever be able to not be bullied? We'll see. I think she does kill his lord, however, because she's anti-large. So in theory, she does pretty well there. Let's get another bombardment down, since I don't know if my cavalry is actually winning that. I think he played better than me this game, but I think Kislev is just too much of a menace to elf factions. Because, yeah, that unbreakable on the cavalry guarantee that they're going to do 1 million damage to your cavalry. Bio Blood is just kind of insane. He's still keeping his lord alive though. Look at her. She's running around. All right, Snow Leopard to finish her off. That should do. My lord's really tired. His lord is really tired. We get the charge on his Starfire shafts though. And she's gonna get caught by cavalry. Okay. It's pretty done for. Let's keep up the plays though. We gotta play it smart. Yeah, there she goes. Finally. Jeez. Summons another range unit. Okay, that's kind of surprising. We're gonna have to reconsolidate here, right? But yeah, his lord's just gone. She gone, man. Gonna have more cavalry here in a second. Just gotta capture this point. There goes his branch rate. Czarix is winning, but we're about to even it up. All I gotta do is win this match against his Wood Elves. Enemy lord down. Let's go. Yeah, Kossar spears, man. Dude, just a million Kossar spears is all you need. I can, I don't have enough for Miska, but I can hailstorm these guys. I'm sure my archers will do well against them too. Gets another Melkots though. The Melkots have been painful, but double branch rate is still really expensive. He loses his wild hunters. And yeah, if he stands his ground and shoots my range, he's just gonna get hit by the cavalry. We're gonna drop that down, drop it like it's hot. Maybe tear out the branch wraith. There we go. He's trying to pull me into a bad position, but I think we can up trade here before he gets too many summons. And of course, all these are spears, right? Summons in the Zotes. All right. Gives them flesh to stone. Okay, okay. I see what you're doing. So we don't want to deal with that business. And there we go. GG. Solid. 2-2. Czarix has lost with some of his best factions. I've lost with some of my best factions. He played it really well, but this is literally the Wood Elf's worst matchup. Let's see. 2,200 on this branch wraith. That's a lot of magic damage value. Like, he got his value's worth on the branch wraiths. But yeah, he just didn't really have the cavalry that could win fights. Summoned twice. Wild hunters only just paid for themselves, which means that they only got half of their value because the double summon. Stag Knights didn't really do that well. GG, well played. Snow Leopard was kind of I felt like it was just getting sniped a lot. Griffin Legion though, oh my goodness. And then of course these guys. Sticking around, just a bunch of spear infantry. Find the lack of bears disturbing. I wish I could take bears more often. But unfortunately, no. Okay, so the map is, the next one is Jade Tomb. All right. So no dwarves, Slaanesh, Wood Elves, or Kislev for me. So a lot of strong factions gone, but he doesn't get Norska, Petunia, High Elves, or Wood Elves. He's gonna pick Skaven, right? So I should just get the filthiest Skaven counters going, and then I should be fine. Got here late. What were the matchups so far? My dwarves versus Norska, which we lost because I kind of got overconfident, and I didn't bring an optimal build. Slaanesh versus Petunia, which we lost handily. He just played it really well. Wood Elves versus High Elves, which we won. Rushing head down his skirmishers with a crazy speed boost. And just now we won Kislev versus Wood Elf. So he picks Tomb Kings first. And I think he's doing that because he really wants Skaven. He really, really wants Skaven here. I have not played High Elves yet, so this would be a good time to run them. He goes Chaos Dwarves! Whoa! Not Skaven? Alright. Chaos Dwarves. Ooh, what are their bad matchups? Chaos Dwarves. Dwarves, Skaven, Vampire, Coast, Kislev. Let's see here. Empire surely has to be good against them. I'm so sad we didn't get the newer patch notes for 6.3. Dude, I've been waiting for 6.3 for so long, man. I really want, at least it's coming out soon. Beastmen was his last faction, so he didn't go Skaven. Crazy. Alright. So that means it's going to be, let's see here. Tomb Kings, High Elves, Empire versus Tomb Kings, Chaos Dwarves, and Beastmen. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. So, Beastmen versus Tomb Kings is kind of a toss-up. He's ditched Skaven. Empire versus Tomb Kings should be fine. This is starting to get into weird matchup territory. Tomb Kings versus Chaos Dwarves. Is that Chaos Dwarf favored? I feel like it's gotta be, right? Chaos Dwarves.
Kislev, Max Bears Chariots, Lord, Riders, Elemental, Grom.
Let's see here. You want Kislev Max Bears? Oh my god. Thank you very much for the donation. I will add it to the list. Kislev Bear Max. I can't play Kislev here, nor would I, in such a high stakes tournament, but I imagine you want to see them in a tournament at some point. So the Max Bears. I can do it. Oh, Elemental Bear counts too. Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright. So Chaos Dwarves, Tomb Kings is a really good matchup for them. So I'm banning that one first. Release when it's good, I guess, for patch 6.3. I hope. But like, will it actually be good? I get the feeling that the patch is going to be lackluster. I don't know. Beastmen, Tomb Kings, and Tomb King's Mirror. Okay, so he bites first, banning the Tomb King's Mirror. Showing that he doesn't want to play Tomb Kings very much. That's good. So it's High Elves or Empire versus Tomb Kings. Chaos Dwarves versus High Elves. The High Elf matchup is apparently slightly favored for Chaos Dwarves. High Elves versus Beastmen would be really interesting, actually. Empire versus Beastmen's kind of sus. I think Chaos Dwarves versus High Elves is like a little too volatile for me. And then again, okay, wait, let me check. I don't know. I kind of want to play that. I feel like I got strats. He'll have the trains, yes, but that's about it, right? Tomb Kings versus High Elves. Honestly, these are all really nice matchups. I could force him to play Tomb Kings, which I feel like is not his comfort zone, and just get rid of his Beastmen entirely. Save the Beastmen fight for later, when he's actually going to have like a crazy, you know, when I have like really good matchups into Beastmen. I don't want to play Beastmen into High Elves and Empire when we can play versus Tomb Kings or Chaos Dwarves instead. And then if I can get my third win here, we're pretty well set. I'm just happy to see Chaos Dwarves. You think he's gonna go for some train business, some Mad Maxin? Lil Grom would be good versus Wood Elves, or no? Lil Grom would be really bad. It's very low DPS. Takes way too long to kill ranged or cavalry. Chaos, he bans both Chaos Dwarf matchups. Okay, so he wants to play Tomb Kings versus High Elves or Empire. I think I can win Tomb Kings versus High Elves. But who knows? Like, he's played this matchup before, right? Because he's a high elf main. So he probably knows about the annoying things that Tomb Kings can do here. To just be an absolute menace, right? But like, we got Burning Head, man. We got Burning Head. What's the worst that could happen? It's time for the Bone Zone, yep. But yeah, Burning Head should just be really, really difficult for him to deal with, no? So, one of the more annoying things is like, yes, he will have Ushapti. Yes, he will have chariots, right? He'll have a whack-loaded chariots. He could field Screaming Skull catapults, but I don't think that'll do super well here. Let's see here. What else is there? Let me check the threat list for Tomb Kings. Tomb Kings. Mantide with Ushapti. Screaming Skull, Chariots, the Sphinx, Spirit Leech spam, Ushapti bows, the Bone Giant, Mass Heal. If I spread damage against them. So I just don't spread damage and then we're fine, right? Tomb Kings are a very slow plodding faction. What's a Burning Head to a Scorpion? Yeah, I will need some sort of like single entity action if he does go for that. He could just bring a ton of spooky single entities. A Noble with Colossal Strike though is hilarious. Armor Piercing, bonus versus large boosted. He will be able to shred it for 1000. Ultimate Tomb Scorpion Murder. Then I just need a little bit of these guys to fight off his cavalry. They don't need to be that elite. Talons of Tor Kalita. Like, I think if I just take 1,000,000 archers, it's gonna be pretty sus, right? What if I just go like full archer max? How does he rush that down? How does he rush this down? If he has Ushapti, he's never gonna kill them fast enough, right? And I have lots of cavalry. Most of the Tomb Kings units are not that armored. Like, this is actually kind of hilarious. And then just bring in like the light infantry. Like, Tomb Kings just can't field enough cavalry to kill this. They have to bring some chariot action, right? This is rather ludicrous. Just a couple spears for holding. And just ranged max him. He's begging for a Lord Throw. She's on an eagle. I can stealth her into his backline to kill his Screaming Skull catapults. An Overcast Burning Head does kill Screaming Skulls. So this will counter all his cavalry. And then if he goes for like an absurd amount of infantry, I have rangers, right? One thing I could do, could also even go a little elite with the Sword Masters, but I think they clear things just a little too slowly. Do I need... He's not going to have armor, right? Tomb Kings are not a very armored faction. I think we'll be mostly okay with this. And the thing is, if Czarix has a tough time in this matchup, the best way to play it is to play in a way that Czarix wouldn't. I think that's the dealio that we're looking for here. If he just goes for an absurd number of single entities, you know what? Sure. Just in case, second Noble with Colossal Strike. But this build is already really good into a lot of different things he could bring into us. Chevron. Yeah, it's really good into a lot of different things he can bring into us. The question is, like, can Tomb Kings man-tide enough to give this a hard time? Will he be able to swarm me with chariots or something? Double Bone Giant. Just any Tomb King's range loses here unless it's Screaming Skull catapults. And the map is big enough where I can kind of outrange them. You saw, oh, yo, the Tomb Kings get new starting armies. Everyone gets a big monster. Oh, hell yeah, bro. I can't believe they removed it before. I'm happy that it's back. All right. So it's pretty simple what we're doing here. It's a ludicrous number of archers. Gonna do a little bit of this action. Gonna park the rangers on the capture points to start off. Get the spears on the sides. Stagger them ever so slightly. This is glorious, man. This is absolutely glorious. This should be pretty difficult for him to take out, right? Should be pretty difficult. Yep, he went to Shopti. So that's already really good for us. Cetra is not the worst. We're just gonna capture these points. Pull back over here. Lord is gonna have to play safe. He has a Necrotect on a chariot. Okay. If I just field my nobles, ain't no way. Ain't no way he can kill these guys fast enough. You Shopti really don't get a lot of value here shooting at rangers, especially if you can dodge a little bit. So here's noble number 1. He's gonna make use of that chariot though, right? You can see him moving on in. But I can just aggressively push him here. I could even try going for the next point. He does bring in the Screaming Skull Catapult though, so he was ready for this. Here we go. Does get a pretty good charge in with the noble. Screaming Skull Catapult is in. I don't think we'll ever actually kill the... Actually, I can take a Flame Spire Phoenix to it. That could be pretty funny. All my archers are here, just plonking away at his forces. Very nice. Noble's actually getting beat up, kind of. And then the Cetra, which we have a Colossal Strike against. Gotta make sure my guy doesn't die, but his Sepulchral Stalkers are definitely getting murdered. So here comes a Skelly Horseman summon. That's not a big deal. As long as the nobles are able to cook them up, I'm pretty happy. We actually want to go long formation now. The brutalizing begins though. He's trying to retreat. Summons in a second Screaming Skull Catapult. Alrighty. Let's just catch him with the Burning Head. I will be able to kill off his little Skeleboy there. Time is of the essence, alright? Screaming Skull Catapults do a lot of damage. We kind of want to kill him. So Noble's gonna get in there. He's gonna start bullying the Ushapti. And then I'm just gonna, yeah, just hard push him. In the end, we have more archers than he has bullets. So it shouldn't be too bad. Noble's kind of getting bullied though. Can we get a hit on Cetra? Looks like we get a mild hit. Not the best though. Not the best. How's this fight going? Could be better. Some of the archers do rally. Trading wise, it's a little interesting. We will need to get that Burning Head there soon. Whoop. Keep dodging. There we go. Nobles are on the defensive. They're doing great. There's this heal, but it doesn't really do that much in the end. And this is where we get the Flamespire Phoenix. Flamespire Phoenix is going to be sick. Oh, dang. He summons in the Carrion. To hound down my lord. All right. He's still going to eat a Burning Head, though. You can't stop that. Gets a partial dodge, however. Smart play from Czarix. Very smart play. Partial dodge going to be saving him there. Thankfully, he's still not really able to get much done with his Ushapti, right? That was a good dodge, however. Phoenix is going to be in, though. Double Noble, just still chilling. He's gonna summon some Ushapti here, but I don't think they do that much. Okay, let's shoot at his carrion now. Yeah, some Ushapti over there, not a big deal. Come on. Okay, there we go. Lots of damage on his birds at least. And those Ushapti shouldn't be able to do too much. Let's get the Flamespire Phoenix over there. Okay. Should have brought in the Flamespire Phoenix way earlier. It's very good against these undead artillery pieces. Okay, there we go. Although actually it's not doing that much. It ain't doing that much actually. That's kind of sus. Can I kill Cetra? Gets in some more stalkers. Okay. Supporkle stalkers. Dang, dude, the nobles are kind of faltering just a little bit, aren't they? Yeah, like, okay, the archers are doing fine, right? They're definitely pummeling him. He has lots of crumbling. But, yeah, dude, his artillery's still alive, bro. It's still alive. Okay, I'm gonna have to pull back. We will have to pull back. His Stalker's got a pretty good hit on the Phoenix too. That's unfortunate. At the very least, his Ushapti bow shouldn't be able to do much. Okay, let's just go here. Let's kill off that noble dude. Yeah, dude. his screaming skulls, man. They just don't die. Bro. I thought the Phoenix would crush him. I was incorrect. As it turns out. At least we've killed off his noble now. I can probably kill Cetra before he kills my lord here. Just gonna get another burning head down. And killing off Cetra would be a huge play. Should be able to surround him. Very painful thing about Mass Archer is that they will keep rallying and rallying until forever. So they're gonna be very painful. I gotta make sure my lord lives though. Would be oh so disappointing if she died to a couple stalkers here. Looks like she will live and Cetra will die. Nice. That's exactly how we wanted this to play out. Very nice. Nobles are back. Cetra's dead. All right. I'll take it. Dude, the Mass Archer strats, man. Mass Archer, MVP. This map is great because most of my units aren't actually routing off the battlefield. And with Cetra gone now and him losing one of his catapults, he's starting to get army wiped. Thank goodness. Jeez. A sketchy match indeed, though. But I just have too many range units still alive. They've been firing all game. Yes, he may have some Ushapti, but they are out of ammunition now. And I think we just kind of gave him a counterpick build. Like, starting with double Ushapti is just really rough. Nice. There we go. I can start shooting that other catapult. He does have some stalkers over here. We're just gonna have to melee them, I guess. He's trying to get the D-summon on his Ushapti, which I'd rather prevent if at all possible. Nobles go down. Rip. I imagine he will want to resummon Cetra. Will he though? I feel like such a resummon's kind of sus for him. I don't know how I feel about it. Okay, there we go. Lots of melee. He will be able to get that D-summon. He's summoning in just some basic skeletons. Okay. I think if I spam cavalry. I was trying to figure out what unit would be best here for like a late game against him. And I think just taking a whack load of cavalry is the way to go. Phoenix lives. Very nice. Yeah, this is just a straight up campaign build for the high elves. I can deny his D-summon too. Very solid, very solid. Silver Helm's doing great. And he's triple capped, which means that time pressure is on now, right? Which means a Cetra resummon is even less likely. All I realistically have to do now is just trade decently and stall. So don't take too much damage on my guys. We're gonna charge those dudes. Just never get the D summon there, right? Dude, the archer line though is insane. This is straight up campaign. Straight up a campaign army that we got going on here. Lots of work going on in. Yo, I can't believe this actually worked though. Yeah. Obviously the build was really advantaged for us, and despite that, it was close, which means that this is definitely pretty good for Tomb Kings. But working out. It's working out surprisingly well. It's gonna brace those spears. Yep. We're just feigning charges so that he has to brace. Stalls him up a little bit. Couple loose shopty over here. We're gonna need a beat up. Let's not overextend. Let's pull back actually. Phoenix got the heal. Huge. Okay. Alright. More archers. And then some rangers to clear off that infantry tide that's coming my way. That should do pretty well. That should be a pretty good burning head. Oh, dang. Good brace. Is he gonna try and deny that D summon? Looks like no. Very nice. I can just slowly give up ground here. I don't actually have to take a fight, right? If we slowly give up ground, I should be fine. Phoenix took another volley though, unfortunate. But we still have that ticket lead. He's diving though. He's deep diving it. He wants to get in there and cause me some issues. Going to see if we can prevent that as long as possible. So a swift cav charge here. A fight with my lord and the Phoenix should be fine. Just got to make sure she doesn't get sniped. Rangers can pressure that far side, and it looks like the cavalry charge is just a little too painful for him. It should be a pretty good burning head. Burning head is for the infantry. As long as the infantry is gone, there ain't no issue. Massive burning head. Wow. Good to see, good to see. Lord is still alive. Let's get another archer going. He re-summons a screaming skull. Oh god. Okay, well that's actually going to be rather painful then. Screaming skull is back. All right. Well, let's see. So I can de-summon these guys. I actually want them on the point. I want to force them to triple cap me here to win this. I think that's the best play. The burning head certainly did great. But we're going to need a lot of cavalry. There you go. There's the triple cap threat. Let's keep playing it hard. Rangers are in. They can crumble away those skeletons. Now we de-summon them. All right. And I just got to make sure I don't get triple capped. Should be simple enough. That's a pretty good burning head. There you go. Dude, this is such a sketchy matchup for the High Elves. The Screaming Skull Catapults is such a pain, and the Sepulchral Stalkers do a lot of work too. I should remember this for the future. Yeah, it's gonna be a good Sepulchral Stalker turn. In the end, though, we've just been shooting with all our ranged all game. So there's no way we don't just massively trade up here. But he made it close, man. Considering I had a full counter build, he made it so close. There we go, though. Good stuff. Skeleton horsemen do not stand a chance. All right. I will say I do really like the mass archers, though. I don't think there's a lot Tomb Kings can do against it. Though a full infantry push would be probably the most scary thing. The nobles were okay. They were not super insane. But yeah, he's double capped now and basically army wiped. Also, the Phoenix barely surviving was kind of MLG. And then, of course, being able to actually kill Cetra was huge. It's weird he's so up on value. So the game doesn't fully track range damage value. And obviously my army is like mostly ranged. So if you're wondering why the value isn't showing right, that's probably why. We're trading so far up that even though he has healing on this whole army, we're still doing well. And yeah, it's just completely because the game's broken. Game's just pretty broken, man. It doesn't know, it just doesn't know how to track ranged. It's weird. Okay, you should not be able to recapture that. Not with the screaming skulls there. Skelly Horseman. I will definitely copy, you know, this Tomb King's playstyle, though. The Screaming Skull Catapult is so hard to kill if you micro it well. It's insane. The value, it has 200 kills. It's paid for itself twice over. It's very powerful. I think if he just didn't have Ushopti, it would have been totally over. Did you well played? That's our third win. 3 wins in a row after 2 losses. And he doesn't have a lot of his best factions. Very good to see. So, yeah, Mass Archer. Okay, so I think I should totally save this. There's a few things that I might want to change. The nobles were okay. I think having the Rangers here was good. What would I want to change? Honestly, it's not the worst. I do think maybe you want like just a few more Rangers though. Okay, 1 more Ranger. Because the Skeleton Tide is kind of oppressive, right? They can really just dive bomb you and then there's not a whole lot you can do. I think like the Cetra deep dives are a little spooky. I might even want to bring War Lions, but 55 leadership is pretty bad. Against chariots though, like I think having a lion is good. A lion and a noble should be enough mass and killing power to shut down all of that lord deep diving. I think that's a fine one. And then I think if we're playing Tomb Kings. Also, rip Khalida. Nobody's running Khalida anymore. I think if we're playing Tomb Kings, you want to have like 3 of these in reserve. And then otherwise, you just have like... Yeah, you bring in your... what's it? All of this in reserve, right? So 2 Stalkers, 2 Ushopti. And then you just go for a fat front line. Like tons of Skelly Spears, tons of Tomb Guard, Kepra Guard. And you just rush them down because they really don't have that much that can deal with this. You got, actually, I think you do want to have like, yeah, Horsemen late game capture weight is huge. 1 bird, there you go. You could start with the chariots. I don't think that's super worth though. Lord-wise, you could go Cod Tap and stop burning heads. You know, honestly, Cod Tap's not worst. He's not the worst. And you can spam heals. What's not to love? Yeah, Cod Tap is sick here. Just go for the Cod Tap. And then what else? No terror. But I think just a massive skeleton frontline is good into high elves, right? Especially after they get battered by screaming skulls. All right. Here we go. We just need 2 more wins. Khalida snipe. I don't think it's worth trying to snipe high elves. They have too many forms of healing. So you could start with like 2 Skelly Horsemen. It's for early capture weight. It's not really that worth though, right? I'd rather have infantry. Yeah, this kind of works out, all right. So yeah, 3 horsemen, a carrion just for a little bit of stalling, and otherwise it's just range barrage. I think that'll do. All right, here we go. So faction wise, what do we got? I think he still probably wants to play Skaven at some point today, right? We've played Wood Elves, we've played High Elves. If he's gonna go Skaven, I should just always run Tomb Kings first. Because he'll never want to play Skaven versus Tomb Kings. He knows it's a terrible matchup. He goes for the Beastmen, which I feel like Norska's pretty good against. Redeemed 15 squats. Can do, can do. Chaos Dwarves again. He's been really hunkering down on that Chaos Dwarf play. And to counter them, I have my trusty Empire. Alright, so we'll do our bands. And I'll do my squats while I do that. Tomb Kings, Norska, Empire versus Beastmen, Chaos Dwarves, and what? What's his last faction? Ooh. Lizardmen. I forgot he likes Lizardmen. Although, most of these are good versus Lizardmen except for Norska, right? I think I just banned that, and then we're fine. I don't want to play Norska versus Lizardmen. I don't want to play Tomb Kings versus Chaos Dwarves. What are his bans gonna be, though? Gotta get that exercise in, gotta get the blood flowing. Whoop. I think he's starting to run out of good factions, though. Although Lizardman's still a spooky one. Oh. Lizardmen Tomb Kings. Good ban. There's your squats. You skelly-tied. They used to be men. Lizardmen and Chaos Dwarves, my day is good. Will he actually pick them, though? 3 out of the 6 matchups involving Chaos Dwarves and Lizardmen have been banned. Dwarf Tide, Best Tide, yeah. Or Dwarven Tide. What, lizards are not evolved? Unevolved Ratmen? Oh my gosh. This message brought to you by the Council of 13. Alright, let's see this. Chaos Dwarves and Norska. Dude, he's banning all the Chaos Dwarf matchups. Beastmen and Norska. Okay, there we go. There's one Beastman down. Okay, so Empire versus Chaos Dwarves and Lizardmen, we feel pretty good about, right? I've had a winning streak with Empire versus Lizardmen. So I can leave that. Tomb Kings versus Beastmen is probably fine. Empire versus Chaos Dwarves is probably fine. I think that is a matchup where I want to play them. What's the map? Edge of the Darkwood. Massive map, okay. Oh, ban Empire Beastmen. That makes the most sense. Beastmen, Tomb Kings. Chaos Dwarves, Empire, Lizardmen, Empire. Is this where I want to whip out the Empire? It's kind of sus, right? It's kind of sus. Beastmen versus Tomb Kings on such a big map, though, it's just bad for me. Alright, I'll be back in a second. back. What's he doing? Lizardmen versus Empire. Oh, hell yeah. I love how... Oh, wait, no. This is a Lizardmen one. Okay, hell yeah. The lizards. You're finally getting it. Okay, so he really likes going for salamanders. The man simply loves salamanders. He knows I love war wagons, though. Let's see. Marcus Net is good. He's gonna have some monsters. I think we do need, like... You know, this map is actually a Luminarch map. Oh boy, is this throwing? Is this throwing? It is actually a Luminarch map. This is one of the flattest maps in the game. And if he brings an anti-war wagon tech, he's just dead, right? So we start off with one Luminarch. Ward off his Lord. And then I spam out war wagons and win the game, easy peasy. What's the full meta in this matchup? Both sides have a lot of tools. Empire usually just want to whack load of ranged, and they do well. Yo, I think a Luminarch might actually be good here. Yeah, the snipe on Alberic. It was on this map, it's true. Okay, Lord-wise, what do I want, though? Marcus is a good standard pick. He's just solid. Alternatively, I go for the hyper cheap caster in the form of Gelty. Marcus has the sniping though, right? Marcus is just so good. Caster wise, like what do I even need, right? You get a light caster, so now we have 1,000,000 nets. Nets for days. Yeah, so it'll be super hard to approach this. There's no way he's gonna rush it down. And if there's no way he's gonna rush it down, then I can take some long rifles. We can do some of this business, some gunnery action. Because we know they'll be able to actually survive for once. So lots of ranged, lots of ranged. No more range than this though. Because this is quite a lot of money because of the Luminarch. I do need some way of killing off his cavalry. Altdorf Griffites on a big charge on his cavalry will do. Some more kite action is very good. Because once you take down the big monsters, there's no way they can kite ya. And this thing's gonna take out big monsters like no one's business. It means I don't need a cannon, in theory. In theory, maybe just in case I'll run one cannon. Just so I don't get screwed here. I don't think I need that many long rifles either. I think I just need more fighty cavalry, right? Just need a bit more fighty cav. Thing is, Empire cavalry is like not the greatest. Like 2 Empire Knights is probably enough though. I will have the wagons, which are really strong. So it's just, yeah, big fat man-tide with a lot of shooty power. It's gonna really depend on what he decides to go for here. That'll determine what we summon on in. But early Luminarch will be jokes. And this is not a very friendly map for rushing, so... There's no way he's gonna overwhelm my Null and Iron side. It's just gonna be sitting way back. It's gonna be a long, grindy game where I think it'll come down to capture points if he plays it safe. Isn't that too much, Marco? I'll be fine. I'll be fine. He's gonna choke on those nets, just shove nets down his throat. Luminarch. Yo, the Luminarch, I feel like, is really unexpected. And it deletes stuff that would otherwise kill war wagons. Could you not chevron for 75 gold? Not worth. Chevrons are not worth your money. So why would I make my unit less effective per dollar? You only do that in your main army because it's free. But in your summoning pool, you gotta pay for it. Full horned one rush. I would love a cav rush, but he would instantly die. No way a cav rush gets into here. So it's just, yeah, it's just the Empire's finest. Just ludicrous numbers of spears with a chunky gun box. There's no way he'll be able to get into this box. I will need to go to a looser formation at some point. Marcus is going to be posted up here so he can get line of sight. Otherwise, the hill's going to block me. All right. Pretty good looking fun. But yeah, I want to go looser formation because it'll give me more map control and the nets stop him from diving into the spirit horde. That part's pretty important. All right. Krokgar! A flock of doom. Manticore summon. Interesting. All right. It's honestly not a big deal. Let's just capture this at the start. So he does have some skirmishers, right? But all of this, wagons are the way to go. With all of these dudes, I don't see why wagons would not do well here. Ouch. You want to go? How do you think the Luminarch does versus Chameleon Skinks? Hey! Killed actually a few entities. It's pretty jokes. You don't mess around with the Luminarch. Anyways, the guns here will do well against them. Marcus is gonna keep on dodging. Luminarch can actually get another pot shot on him. Like, the value per shot is actually pretty worth, right? And he stealths, okay. Whoop. Good dodge, Marcus. All right, so we just want to post up, play defensive, and chill. We just want to chill. Luminarch's just gonna plonk away at his Saurus, I guess. There you go, pretty good hit. Is that gonna kill the Luminarch? A little bit. Just a wee bit. Just a wee bit. Okay, so at least his Hand of the Gods is used, I guess. We have our guns here, they'll do great. We just want to hold 1 point and just get ludicrous amounts of value. There's no way he rushes us. Hand of the Gods may be scary, but the Luminarch can outrange him. And it will technically survive a second Hand of the Gods, but I would rather not, if at all possible. He's playing it smart, though, by not rushing into his death, right? However, we're going to have a whack load of war wagons in. The war wagons is where the trading becomes magical. So let's get our guns into line. No cavalry corps yet has really arrived. There we go. She's gonna take a lot of damage from this. I don't think that's a very good trade. Let's get that net down. And now the Null Iron Sights just cook these guys. They will have a dandy old time just firing away, causing Lizardmen pain and suffering. We can start posting up over there. Nice. Gets a couple of boys in there, but it's not a big deal. And I think we do bring in the Outriders now. Just more skirmishers, you know? Because, like, he doesn't have any big monsters. He's just not going to be able to kill all these here skirmishers, right? At least in theory. He's certainly trading really badly right now. Should be able to just rush in these guys with my spears. Wizard will have the time of his life. Okay. Just posting up just a little bit. Oh, there's a Manticore. Does Luminar kill the Manticore, though? I guess we'll see. Be pretty jokes if it just deleted it. Oh, pretty big hit. Manticore might actually be gone from that. He does have the Umbral Tide, though, so we'll back up from there. Manticore got routed, though. There's a lot of magic just down the drain. And there's the nets for the guns to fire away. That'll do real well. Marcus just has to live. There's the Luminarch getting a lot of value. He's going for the deep dive, though. I gotta be careful. Lots of guns are firing, though. And then, of course, we have all of our boys here. They're doing great. Oh, friendly fire. We got some friendly fire. Okay, can I just kill Crocky G, though? So there's the net. All hands on deck. Beat him up. Shoot her. Shoot her. Oh, my God. Crocky G. Crocar down. That's pretty brutal. Oh, my God. And he's dead. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Well, that certainly solves many things. We beat him up real bad. I can net down his cav core there too. All right. So all I gotta do is capture the points now, and then we should be fine, relatively. Crocar in such an unceremonious fashion was definitely brutal. His Hand of the Gods did not kill the Chad Luminarch. The Chad Luminarch managed to survive. There you go. All right, and I gotta bring in the wagons over here to capture point number 1 as soon as we can. Dude, that net was so brutal, though. That was absolute devastation. Losing his lord like that, trying to go for the deep dive. Brutal. He's going for the Luminarch now, though. So we must be wary. Capturing points should be relatively easy, though. Come on, Empire Knights, get in there. They're making the way downtown. What do I got? I can summon the Royal Altdorf Griffites as a cleanup crew. I think that'll do. Then what we want is to shut down these boys. Let's pull back with the cavalry. We're gonna use a Marcus net over here. Then I should be able to get some pretty solid focus fire going on. Hopefully we can kill off the Umbral Tide before they become a big issue. Still really need the Royal Altdorf Griffites. Like, yeah, I have 1 capture point, but it's gonna be a little sus, right? Wagons are doing the best. Looks like my knights... Okay, they did get on top of the Umbral Tide at least a little bit. He summons a Manticore to try and shut my my Luminarch down. And honestly, he's getting a good job with the overall disruption, right? I will have the Griffites, though. Griffites will crush it. We do have a net. But overall, trading-wise, could be a little bit better, right? I think we'll see if the Griffites can actually cook here. Remember, he can also re-summon Krokgar very soon. This could actually go pretty south pretty fast, actually, kind of looking at the situation. I just kind of have a bunch of wagons. And that's it. We kind of lost our spears to the great trading. And yeah, here come his elite cavalry. Cold Wind Spear Rider spam into the horizon. Luminarch down. Pretty brutal. Okay. Can we kite these guys out? Losing out on my guns is actually really bad. He did get on top of them. Very rough indeed. His Umbral Tide lives to bully my guys. Oh my gosh, Krokgar's back. Krokgar's back. He got a Hand of the Gods. Oh, that's pretty spooky then. Yeah, I don't know if we actually win this. Unless the Griffites absolutely crush it. This will be a little sus, won't it? Won't it be? Of course, we still have a ton of dudes here. He's fighting on my side of the battlefield, which is comfortable for us, to be sure. Krokgar is gonna get charged by my cavalry. That's nice. His Umbral Tide should slowly go down. We'll have a bunch of these guys back. I think I just need to uptrade a little harder. The goal here is to army wipe them, not to steal points. So I think that's what all hands on deck will be dealing with. Losing the castle though, kind of rough. Okay, pretty good volley fire on him. It's gonna be close. He actually brings in a feral Troglodyte for the Demogryph Knights. Interesting pick. All right. I don't know how well the Troglodyte will do. We're gonna charge it with the Demis and see if they can cook. He's brought back the value trading though, against all odds. Czarix is Lizardmen, man. A scary, scary faction indeed. Good volley fire from the Outriders though. My poor Demi Knights though, they just can't hold. Kind of unfortunate. I do have a bunch of war wagons left though. We can run with the Demi Knights. And I can summon in a cannon. Because it can actually participate in this battle fairly quickly, which is important. Okay, there we go. I might be able to capture all these points. Can I net the feral cold ones? You know what? Maybe not impossible. I'm gonna give it a hard maybe not impossible here out of 10. It's gonna be rough regardless, but I think maybe if I can get Crocky G over there bullied. Troglodon's getting a little bullied. Now I wish I had the Luminarch with the Troglodon, but what can you do? I hope Krokgar just sucks and he stagger animations to death 24/7. Outriders are putting in the work though. Oh my gosh, Outriders are being sick here. We actually rampage the Troglodon. Huge. And then it gets unrampaged. Alright, alright. You know what? With the middle point secured, it's not as bad as one might expect. I will still have to hunker down on this point. So he'll be able to capture another point, but I can get out of a double cap pretty soon, I think. It's just the map's a little big. Kind of hard to recap. So I think he'll barely win on capture points. But certainly very close. Yeah, I think I just have to summon these spears now. Screw the value trade. Demogryph Knights are actually killing Krokgar though. Very nice. We got a route over there. Nice. A couple archers are coming on in. Okay, Krokgar does win that fight. Ooh, but he's gonna be summoning in some cavalry here. These chariots are gonna have to do a lot of work here if we want to win this. I think we lose. Very close match though. Very close match. Come on, capture the point. The thing is, he's just gonna recapture it so fast, right? I don't think there's a way we stop that. Yeah, the Krokgar rallying too. Come on, baby. Okay. Oh. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. All right. He's busy lemon squeezing. So that's that point. All right. Cannon crew is firing away. All right. So now we just got to make sure he doesn't recapture this, which he will. He will absolutely recapture it. So maybe we win this. He's going to win this point. I don't know. Do you believe in miracles? Do you believe in miracles? Honestly, I think I should have just gone for the quad war wagon to start off with. It's gonna be risky for him to bring in anything else anyways. I think if you just start with war wagons, you have so much pressure, right? He's not gonna summon a super big monster that just dies to a cannon, right? Yeah, GG, well played. 3-3. Dang, all right. Pretty spooky. I think, let's see here. Yeah, I don't even know if I need the light wizard. I could go for healing instead. Luminar killing Crocker was funny though. He still got way too much value just sniping it. But yeah, he didn't really have that much to deal with. Max War Wagons. Something to consider for next time. Well played though. That one was pretty close. I think some slightly better or worse engagements either way can really swing that match. All right. Whew. Give us 4 and 4. It's gonna be me versus Danican all over again. Too many nets. I don't think he was ever actually gonna be able to rush me. So yeah, I think it might have been too many nets. What was my normal Empire vs Lizardman build? It was this with more Null and Ironsides. I think more Null and Ironsides and the cannon with the great sword to kill Croxigors. I think this is probably just still better, right? I think this is probably just better. Although he did have a pretty big dive in. But I think once you get this much ranged, there's just no way. Lizardman is just too slow to get in there. Yeah, it's getting late for him. So we gotta wrap up. Or we drag it out. And then he gets screwed. Because he'll be tired. Yeah, I think this build is still the better build. I think I overcompensated. For possible anti-war wagon tech. Just mass Null and Ironside it, man. You've been on a reload skill maxing blender. Nice, Bender, my bad. Yeah, his skirmishers and cavalry catching the Null and Ironsides really messed me up. I think I was a little too far pushed up. And they got caught. So what factions is he gonna pick though? I still haven't played Tomb Kings yet, which we know is good versus Gaven. Him being down Lizardman is really good. The map is Creeping Swamp. Okay, Warriors of Chaos is an interesting one, huh? Now that I don't have Empire, it's a little sketchy, right? Do I really want to bring Grand Cathay again? I feel like I keep bringing Grand Cathay and we get screwed. Okay, I gotta go for Bretonia at some point. Beastmen, Warriors of Chaos. Okay. Two very fighty factions. Let's see here. Do I want to go vampire counts against this? I think if played well, like I'm just not good enough at vampire counts to really hunker down and crush this. You know, I'll go for Corn. Nice. So, Corn, Bretonia, Tomb Kings versus Warriors of Chaos, Beastmen, Chaos Dwarves. All right. So, I think I'll ban the Bretonia Chaos Dwarf matchup. That's a good starter. Tomb Kings versus Chaos Dwarves should be good. Because we shopped, he just kind of murder everything, right? Oh wait, no, it's bad. So I should probably get rid of that one next. He keeps bringing out Chaos Dwarves. He really wants to play them. Let's see here. Tomb Kings versus Beastmen. Bretonia versus Beastmen. His micro is scary. What's he gonna bring? What is he gonna bring? Think of the Moonbirds. At some point, Grand Cathay will be good, but that point is not now. Double Dreadquake. Double Dreadquake always feels so sketchy. Any single entity build with cavalry beats Double Dreadquake. It's only good versus people who take infantry, and that's not really me. Which is why we don't even pretend it's a threat and hard counter the other builds. Khorne, Warriors of Chaos. Khorne versus Warriors of Chaos will be an interesting one. I actually don't really know how that one pans out. Could very well be bad for us, but Khorne in general is just really good with their Wrathmongers. Like, they should be strong into Chaos and Beastmen, I feel. Supply train extended roster. Yo, it's crazy that that's just there. It kind of sucks though. I love that it's an option though. Uncle for Uncle Nurgle build. The mega. He's really thinking about his bans. Interesting. What's he gonna ban? Czarix beat me in the Legendary Lord tourney finals yesterday. Take vengeance for me. I will do my best. Dangler. It's close though. Him winning with Lizardmen is a big hit. I think as time goes on though, it only gets more and more in my favor. But we shall see. He's still thinking about his picks and bans, huh? Khorne versus Chaos Dwarves. Does anyone know if that's a good matchup or not? Chaos Dwarves versus Khorne. 60% win rate. He bans Betonia and Beastmen and Betonia and Warriors of Chaos. No, Betonia Tomb Kings? No, Beastmen Tomb Kings and Beastmen Betonia. So he doesn't really fancy the Beastmen plays. Okay. Khorne versus Chaos Dwarves is sketchy enough, or we might as well get rid of that. Alright, last ones is Khorne versus Chaos or Beastmen. Betonia versus Warriors of Chaos. Tomb Kings versus Warriors of Chaos. There's one of those that I don't like, which is Tomb Kings versus Chaos. The rest of them I feel pretty comfortable. No Chaos Dwarves, though. Are we really going to go the whole best of 9 without him playing Chaos Dwarves? After picking them so many times? We did win our last best of 9 against Chaos Dwarves. I do feel like Chaos Dwarves are kind of a hard faction to get going on. I forgot, this map has a lot of tree cover. This map has a lot of tree cover, and that's really good for... That's really good for all things... not shooty. Ooh, very sketchy indeed. You found out Warpfire Throwers melt Wrathmongers? Really? I would not have expected. The issue is getting line of sight though, right? But I could see a player just throwing Wrathmongers into your Warpfires thinking they'll live. In the actual battle though, right? Most likely they won't get perfect line of sight. Pretty jokes, though. Biggest weakness of Wrathmongers is just high damage. You have to devote yourself to Khorne to kill them. Or I guess you can shoot them, but they do dodge. Alright, Czarix, what are you banning? He's either playing Warriors of Chaos or Beastmen. Warriors of Chaos versus my 3 factions. Khorne, Betonia, Tomb Kings. Or Beastmen versus Khorne. I think Beastmen versus Khorne has to be bad for Beastmen. Khorne's just too chonky, right? And the Beastmen skirmishers just aren't really enough. He bans Warriors of Chaos Khorne and Beastmen Khorne. He actually doesn't want to play Khorne. He wants to play Warriors of Chaos versus Betonia. First Brett, then... Interesting. Alright, so this will be fun. Do I have a build saved for Bretonia? No. Building from scratch. So Warriors of Chaos, they got the Hellstriders, right? They got the super spooky lords. I think most definitely Alberic and a healer. You kind of just need it. Aura of the Lady. It's important to make sure that he doesn't get spirit leeched to death. Gonna pick him up, put him on his big mount for the terror routes. Lots of buffs. Very cheap. Do I want to run the Green Knight in reserve? Green Knight was very popular for a time and kind of fell off. Obviously against Archaon, he'll take a lot of damage, right? But I think on the off chance that he doesn't have something to kill the Green Knight, he's a pretty fun pick. Just a big old value dude. And I've noticed he really likes spamming Knights Errant. So they just gotta be good, right? Now, Warriors of Chaos, they do have a lot of halberds. I think it is important to have a healthy amount of peasant bowmen in reserve. Because if you see an armor max, you just have to spam archers. You could have a hell cannon. What else? What else do I gotta worry about? Could take a unit of questing knights with the blessing of the lady. 2 yeomen. I don't think the yeomen actually do anything though. Yeah, I don't think they actually do anything. What do we want here? Ooh, yeah, look at that. Defenses of the Fleur-de-Lis upgraded. Actually, taking some foot squires could be really smart. In reserve, though, right? In reserve. Do I start with 2x Grail Relic? That seems kind of silly. I think we want to go for the peasants to start. Just a bunch of peasants as a starter pack. Beast Slayers of Bastogne are amazing. Don't want to pass them up. Let's upgrade one of our peasant archers. Perfect spend, amazing. And yeah, you just spam out Knights Errant. If he brings in something like Hella Elite, we have 1 unit of Companions of Quenelle, which are good. Some horse archers. I don't want to get overwhelmed by a rush. I feel like it's really likely that we might see something like that. So I'll pass for now. And just go for a whack load of foot squires, right? 1 battle pilgrim. This feels pretty good. So you have enough to deal with armor. It's just going to be a Spice of Mantide with a strong Alberic. Warriors of Chaos. If he whips out the Hell Cannon, what are we going to do though, right? I think the Hell Cannon is potentially the scariest threat. But with the tree cover, it's not the worst. I don't know. Hell Cannon could really get a lot of work done on me if I'm not careful. We'd have to give up a lot of ground. It's true. Need more halberds. Halberds are pretty good. I got the Beast Slayers though. I could get rid of these guys and go for halberds. Ooh, perfect spent. What are we doing though? What are we doing? You know, I could take Flesh to Stone and the Pegasus Knight play, but that's not really how I roll. I think this should be fine. Creeping Swamp has that tree coverage, which should really make it difficult for the Hell Cannon to kill my archers if I park inside it. I could bring Urandan's Thunderbolt for the cannon, yeah. It is technically dodgeable though. You know what? I think that might be better than the Green Knight. As funny as the Green Knight is, I think we do want that Urandan's as a backup. Green Knight probably isn't going to do that much anyways. And then what? You have a pretty strong melee front line. 1 more questing knight. How much armored cavalry could he bring? Not enough to face this, surely. Alright, yeah, so I have Uranians to kill the artillery piece. He could dodge with it. Yeah, it's 3 and 3. It's showing us 3 and 3 over there. Over there. Get like 1 artillery piece for pressure. I think it's too risky. This map is not super great for artillery either. Alright, let's see this. Gilles. Rip Gilles. Brief time in the meta. He was in the meta. Alright. It's time. Wait, is Gilles Lewin? Or is that some other dude? Chain Lightning plus Thunderbolt? There's no way Chain Lightning kills a Hell Cannon, right? Anyways, I mostly want to use Regrowth. So here's the play. Lots of archers, beast slayers in reserve. He has 8 units. That is not many. Bring our strong cavalry to the flank. Overall, sitting pretty comfortably, right? 8 units is not many. Okay, yeah, so he does have the Hell Cannon. So what's the best way to get it killed? So it's going to be warding me off of 2 points at the beginning. Not the end of the world. He has some Chaos Trolls armored. Archie. With some terror routing action. Okay, we can burn some of his ammunition in the trees. Good to see, good to see. He's just gonna slowly move up with that Hell Cannon. Here's the thing though, right? We're just gonna park over here and be fine. Archaon ain't too spooky, I don't think. Can I just charge him? He's gonna Searing Doom me right after, right? So we're just gonna charge him and then pull through before the Searing Doom drops. Ah, he has a Hell Cannon on him now. I see. Cycle out. Wait, is he dead? Is Archaon just dead? He's gonna have to Searing Doom to save his life. But if Albera gets in there, he's just dead. That would be a huge pick. He's gonna have to Searing Doom. Whoop. Beat him up. Oh. Did not beat him up. Unfortunate. Dang, alright. Kind of lost 2 units of cavalry for that. I can't bring these guys up back to speed though. Most of their entities are still alive. That was pretty rough though. Alright. Kind of a sketchy start. Let's get more foot squires in there. I can definitely continue bullying Archie though. Questing Knights will be good versus the Trolls. Does get a pretty solid burning head though. But the Beast Slayers are coming on in, and they should be able to get a lot of work done. All going well. Alberic has his leadership bomb ability over there. That should do very well. Couple of Hellstriders are no issue. Ouch! Massive hit though. Yo, his spell casting is going ham. Oh my god, it's just gonna rout him. Dude, that's brutal. Alright, I see. And this lady isn't even... Yeah, she's not even in range of the Hell Cannon yet. Oh god, that's not good. Alright, so we've taken some pretty rough fights at the start. I do have the Beast Slayers finally in, but I've been hemorrhaging cavalry left, right, and center. My opponent's been doing a good job bullying them all. Ouch! Oh, geez, that's a nasty volley, too. At least my front line will probably be able to do okay. You know, most of his trolls are taking a little bit of heat. This lady ended up being very useless, though, but nevertheless, Decent. Okay, and I can heal up Alberic so that he may potentially kill Archie in the near future. Many of the archers are still plonking away, right? He friendly fired his Forsaken just a little bit. Overextension, though. Jeez, I'm really mismicroing my cavalry today. A little painful. How do we do this then? How do we even pull back? Alberic's got the mad heals. If he can kill Archie, it's worth. I don't think he'll be able to, but you never know. I think I kind of have to just... have to make a big play here. And just hope Alberic crushes it. Alberic the Crumpinator. Hey, cavalry kind of won here. Come on, Alberic. You're getting buffed up the wazoo. You have full cavalry support at your disposal. This is it. This is where you're supposed to cook. Archers are plonking away. Gets a pretty nasty hit on Archie, actually. Okay. You know, I could just use Uranians here on the trolls. Or even on Archaon. Come on. Come on, get the Uranians. No, he's gonna back up. Alright. At the very least, Archaon's very low, though, right? There you go. Alright, so we smash his trolls just a little bit. We have our questing knights in here. They're on the verge of routing somehow. Bro! Alright, here we go. The Archaon murdering continues. I just have to kill him, though, right? I think that's it's as simple as that. We just kind of have to kill him. Alberic gets a pretty solid hit, though. And once Archaon goes down, that means his trolls will no longer have leadership keeping them up. However, Archaon barely survives. Alright, Alberic, get that disengage. I can chase him down with some cavalry here. Oh? Potential Archie pick? Come on. Gets a Searing Doom. Lots of damage, though. If I kill Archaon here, that'd be huge. He's using his big crown to try and keep his guys alive and in the battle. But will he die? Yes! Yes! Holy crap, Archie's dead. Alright, well that's huge. Into mass rout. Dude, Alberic's a Chad. Alberic's a Chad! I never doubted you for once! I never once doubted you! Oh my god, the Archie snipe. Archaon not too happy after that one. Now he's probably gonna get resummoned, right? And we're gonna have to actually escort these fools off the battlefield. But a play is a play. Dodge that hell cannon. We're just gonna keep escorting them. And then I just gotta cav spam my way to victory now. Assuming we can just keep chasing these guys off. Which looks like we'll be able to do. Alberic is able to stay mostly alive against the skirms. Some of them get some pretty nasty volleys though. But looks like we're doing okay. Hellstriders lose that fight with Alberic nearby. Very, very nice. And then I'm just gonna save up for a heal on him. If we get the heal, we're goodies. Come on, cavalry, get in there. Where's my life caster? Okay, she's in there. She's helping out. She's doing something. Hellstriders are definitely suffering. Come on, one more winds of magic. Heal him up. All right. Ouch, bro. All right, we got the regrowth on him, though. We got the regrowth on Alberic. Terror outs abound. Keep bringing in the cav. I just gotta full press them. Like, I can't afford to let these guys come back with a ton of HP, you know? But Champions of Quenelle coming on in is a big plus. Alberic continues to live, though his trolls have rallied. Is Archaon coming back? He's been spamming Hellstriders. Oh my gosh, Alberic, don't you dare die. Alright, there we go. We got some infantry here. And some big boys. Alberic is alive, and the archers are popping off. Okay, that's all I really need. Big archer popping. There you go. Dude, the heals on Alberic is so good. Okay, she has to body block. I just need more cavalry. Pull back with Alberic. Get the Beast Slayers in there. They got anti-large, so they should crush it. Alberic should not die to a couple trolls this day. Alright, come on. Do your best, Alberic. Fly, you fool, fly. Leadership stabilizes, thank goodness. Alright. Hey, and he lives. And he lives. How glorious. Oh crap, that's a point cat. I think he's just playing for points now. So there go his units. It's starting to shatter, right? And we have the champions of Quenelle here, who are the real deal breakers. If Alberic gets killed, though, that would be bad. Alberic has to live. Archie's back. Oh, God. Ouch, bro. The magic. Oh, jeez. All right, well, that's pretty painful. Hell Cannon is still alive and being annoying. Oh, jeez. Is gonna focus fire Alberic with that? I imagine so. Oh, jeez, he lives. Don't summon Hellstriders, I swear. Anything but Hellstriders, please. He lives. Alberic lives. Chad mode activate again. Unfortunately, we may have overextended. Oh my god, and he routes? What do you even route to? The Hell Cannon it? Oh my god, dude. Bro, you're getting healed, son. He's gonna get escorted off by Hellstriders now. Oh god. No. No, not like this. Oh my god, dude, the Archaon resummon. Come on, don't tell me the Hellstriders get him off the field. He's Alberic, he's a Chad. Yes. All right, he's back. He's back at it. Hell Cannon resummoned as a bust. Thank goodness. Defenders of the Fleur-de-Lis, you went for the lives. All right. Now I just need to make sure Searing Doom doesn't cook me. And that we can actually capture these points. I think my opponent might have won though. The Archie resummon was a little too painful. And I think I way overextended chasing trolls. I probably should have just gone for like the Hell Cannon or something. But his Searing Dooms were very painful indeed. At least we dodged that one finally. Got some more Questing Knights over here. Alberic Chad mode is still going hard. He's still going pretty hard, but yeah, I think he won this one. Spicy indeed. What a match. I thought we lost, then I thought we won, and then we lost. But on a double cap, I think it's a little bit too much. Didn't even get in range to Uranus his Hell Cannon. He pushed forwards to stop the caster from getting it. And I think that was a very good play. Very good skirmisher micro too. A solid Warriors of Chaosing. Oh, I'm not even gonna capture this point. All right, GG. GG, well played. Whew. Dang, yo. 4-4 incoming, baby. Pretty brutal. Pretty brutal loss. That was my Bretonia game versus Warriors of Chaos. Woo. Archaon got so much value. Alberic was great for murdering him, but not being able to Uranus his Hell Cannon helped it do so much work against me. I could have played it slow and just value traded after I saw the Hell Cannon. But we did not. Oh my gosh. Yo, this is getting spicy. All right. Another draft. I'd rather get to 4-4. Our factions are running low though, right? Is he gonna whip out the Skaven now? Now that all of the good factions are gone? I have Warriors of Chaos still at least. I have Grand Cathay Vampire accounts. I still have Tomb Kings against all odds. So that's not too bad. I haven't played Norska yet either, which is a very strong faction. Okay, let's start with this. Seems way harder than versus Danican. Czarix is a beast, man. Okay, Norska Chaos Dwarves. That's fine. If I bring out Tomb Kings again against Chaos Dwarves, it's just kind of rough. You know what? This will probably be good, right? Yeah, I bought Ogre Kingdoms and Norska. Both very strong factions. Last faction, though, he didn't seem to like the matchups versus Khorne very much. Chaos Dwarves and Tzeentch. What's the best against them? What's the map? Glinty Toofs? Crag? Oof. It's kind of a sketchy one. Sure. Alright. Glinty Toofs, we're gonna go hard melee. Chaos Ogres Norska versus... I mean, Warriors of Chaos Ogres Norska versus Chaos Dwarves Tzeentch and Kislev. Okay. Interesting. No dwarves. I already played dwarves. Oh boy. Very spicy indeed. I do think if I had won that dwarf game though, we would be 4-3. I totally lost that one because of my own hubris. But you know, we all make mistakes. Czarix too. That's how we got our 3 wins. He bans Chaos Dwarves and Warriors of Chaos. Makes sense. We're gonna go and Warriors of Chaos versus Tzeentch. Okay, a Kislev. How bad can this Kislev be? Warriors of Chaos versus Tzeentch is interesting. I'm a little sussed out by it, right? Same with the Ogres there versus Tzeentch. Norska versus Tzeentch is the worst, though. So... I'll ban Ogres versus Tzeentch, Norska versus Tzeentch. This means we're probably going to play against his Kislev, which is strong, right? I think Czarix plays a mean Kislev. But I think his Tzeentch is more mean. Thankfully... Norska, Warriors of Chaos, and Ogres are all pretty decent into Kislev. Maybe I won the grand finals last time because I didn't face Czarix. Honestly, it was very close. Either way, right? I think Sipa was kind of a menace. Oh boy. Oh, this will be really interesting. It's been a while. Or I haven't played a lot of Ogres. I feel like in these pick ban formats, I really gotta get my Ogres to tip-top shape. Chaos Dwarves Ogres, Chaos Dwarves Norska. Okay, so he doesn't want to play either of those. That's fine. So he wants to play Kislev. So I can just ban out the sketchiest Kislev matchups, right? So Kislev versus Ogres, what are we looking at? If you take a look-see at Kislev against Ogres, they have a 64% win rate. I think that's good enough to just get rid of that. And just play anything else into Kislev. Warriors of Chaos versus Kislev is more even. Norska versus Kislev is actually hella Norska favored. Nice. Warriors of Chaos versus Tzeentch, I think is, yeah, it's actually very even. So, I guess I'll ban his... I guess I'll ban Warriors of Chaos versus Kislev. So it's either Chaos versus Zinch or Norska versus Kislev. If he plays Norska versus Kislev, that should be a pretty bad matchup for him. In theory, anyways. Just lost all your games in Swiss. Has to happen to someone. And then you gotta buy round in round 4. Oof. Yeah, it happens though. It's pretty easy to get good at this game. Yo, what's Czarix gonna go for though? Will he go for Chaos versus Zinch? Norska versus Kislev? Weirdly enough, I've been better against his elf factions than anything else, just because I'm used to his elves. When playing other factions, though, he's pretty spooky. So he's hovering Kislev. Maybe he does want to play versus Norska. Norska's a menace, though. We got that Melkoth. I think my front line just I think my front line just annihilates his. Got some pretty good Marauder action. Does he actually want to play Kislev, though? He's looking at Zinch. You're trying to get your reps in and show up to as many as you can, but you might need to run some sets with someone who can give you some advice. If you send me replays, I will cast them eventually. This stream's going a bit long, so I don't think I'll cast replays today. But I'm happy to help, man. Happy to help always. Actually, there was one replay that I promised to cast today, so I'll do that one. And then we'll call it a day. Yo, he's still thinking. What does he want to play? I think Norska versus Kislev is pretty good because Skin Wolves are hype, right? He would be able to charge the Skin Wolves and beat them up, but we got a lot of good stuff. Norscan Ice Wolves are really strong. Am I missing out on anything? Like, we got good magic. Once again, requesting disaster battles. Too many series going on, man. So many series. Oh yeah, and Fimir Great Weapons are just gonna crush it, right? Kislev versus Norska. Alright. So here's the idea, right? Fimir Great Weapons into the horizon. They're sick because they just kill all cavalry, right? I don't think he really has the AP cav to kill these guys. Then we got Throg Daddy. Got Miststalkers Fimir. What's the map? The map was yeah, it was Glinty Tooth's Crag. So I don't think you can sled kite these guys, because they just have so much missile resist as long as their leadership is high. And then I can just rush down his main army. Beasts of Tashnar are kind of weird. They kind of lose to cavalry really hard, so I don't actually like them very much. Manticores are good though. We got Skin Wolves for days. I don't think I need that many Skin Wolves for days though, because realistically we're probably going to want a lot of cavalry versus Kislev. Just a lot of cavalry. Some Marauders. Marauder Great Weapons. Some normal Marauder Great Weapons. Some Marauder Champion Great Weapons. Just kind of a normal Norska build, right? So if he goes for the single entity max, what are we to do? I guess I have Throg double Manticore. But I should probably have like a safety Marauder Horsemaster. But first and foremost, I want this to be a rush build. Or, you know, just a standard very strong frontline build at least. Even Little Grom doesn't do that much versus Fimir, so we'll see. Nobody needs to see what Czarix did to me yesterday. If you don't want to send the replay, that's fine. I will say though, having your replay cast is one of the best ways to get better. But it's kind of based on what you want. Yep. Easy way is to get baited by Lil Grom, and then it's just over. This map is way too long. Thankfully, though, it's pretty hilly. There's a lot of places for my Fimir to just hide. If he spams bears, the Fimir great weapons just annihilate everything. Biggest thing is being able to just rush him down. If he goes for a mass infantry style, it could be a little spooky. Yeah, got that peer pressure. I'm just saying, it's genuinely really good to have your replays, guys. You don't have to, though. Just dodge the little Grom. Yeah, duck and weave. Good luck. Thank you. We got to win this to make it to the ace match. Yeah, Maximillionaire. Or you could just moan about how he's using OP units. And sort to micro better next time. Well, I guess you can just micro like a god. Some matchups are just cursed, though, man. I feel like going for the hella cursed matchups is a little sus. Oh boy, he ready? Oh, not quite ready. If he just kites me, though, that would be so sad. I'm pretty sure the Fimir are really resistant to kite, though. But we'll see. Who knows, man? This is uncharted territory. Maybe for both of us. I think it's much more likely that he's played Kislev Norska, though. Because Norska's kind of a popular faction right now. Alright. So, first and foremost, we got a Stealth Fimir. These ones are going to park here. And I mostly want to get this first capture point. Throg and Caster can go for the first one. These guys take cover. Marauders at the ready to secure this point. He has very few units. Actually has 8 units. He's going to weird build. Oh, Horse Archers. Ice Witch. Frostworm. So these guys do no damage to the Fimir. They have an AP value of 3, and half of that gets negated by the Fimir. So this is already a very good start for us. Followed with those guys, we have some Ice Glaives and some great weapon dudes. All right. So I think we want to just overwhelm him then. Having a ton of these guys won't do him any favors, right? He doesn't have Lil Grom or anything. You can see negative damage over there. And then if we can just jump his Ice Guard, I think we're happy. Should be pretty easy getting these points. Throg, accidental dodging. Hell yeah. And Frostworm shouldn't do too well. What does he have? Death Frost, okay. Nothing too crazy, honestly. All very normal. But can he kill the Fimir great weapons? That's basically what the entire game hinges on. If he kills them, it's just over. Skin Wolves will certainly be nice to have here. Fimir great weapons are in. Is he actually going to go for it? What a mad lad. Okay. So he goes for it. He's going to get countercharged by Fimir great weapons, though, which I believe is a terrible trade. Got a Marauders over here. It's looking pretty bad, I'm not going to lie. Dude, the Fimir are insane, man. Dude, Fimir are so good. Holy crap. Can I get a surround on his Lord real quick? Oh my god, bro. She's getting clobbered by these guys. She's getting absolutely clobberinoed. Half HP off the Lord for like a teeny amount of damage on some Fimir. That's brutality. Ice Guard Glaives are over there, all right. So we're gonna try and bully those sleds. Then we're just gonna take a fight because his Ice Guard are elsewhere right now. That should be fairly good for us. Here we go. We're going to Melkots these guys. And then hopefully the Marauder Horde is enough to absolutely crush him. Throg can get on in here. Gonna need him. What's that? Is that a kitty cat summon? It is. That should be fine. Once Throg is in here, the real pain train shall begin. Ice Guard are completely undefended. And I think Norska just annihilates in this fight here, right? That's a massive leadership boost. Kitty Cat's doing its bestest. We're gonna be able to charge in here. He's getting a lot of magic damage, though. But his Lord's super low. It's kind of a toss-up, I feel, how this fight goes. I might be able to catch out some War Sleds, at least. He is losing the Ice Guard. Value trading-wise, though, it's a little sus. Though the Ice Wolves are certainly doing really well. Lots of damage on that Chariot, which we most definitely want. Gonna get another Spirit Leech over there. Oh, is he gonna lose his Lord here? Oh, she's getting beat up. She's getting beat up. Let's go. Nice. Let's get some more Ice Wolves in. That is Griffin Legion. Throg's doing his best. He's kind of getting body blocked by his Frost Worm, though. Ice Guard are suffering, however. Fimir doing great. Most of his archers can't really participate much in this fight either. So that's generally a big plus for us, but his Lord does escape. Throg is alive, though, and pummeling away. Dervishes are not going to win that fight. So I think we're still doing not bad. Though, it's a little sus over here. Throg. Minor surround on him, too. Let's get another Melkots. Let's get the Manticore. Just sick it on his Lord. All I really need is a Lord kill, right? Okay, very nice. Ice Guard will continue to die. And come on, Lord kill when? Throg is crushing it. His Griffin Legion are indeed going down too. But his Lord barely survives. That's pretty brutal. It's pretty brutal. Ice Guard, though, are not doing too well. And, of course, we have a Manticore coming on in. So Manticore is just going to rush him down. Throg is taking a little bit of damage now. Manticore is going to dip. I don't want to overextend and lose my stuff here, right? I think that would be a grievous misplay. Very grave misplay indeed. Manticore has to play safe. Gotta make sure it don't die. Whoop. And it should be able to pick up into the skies. Nice. Just gotta make sure Throggy doesn't get murdered here. You can see he's really trying to go for that Throg kill. He wants it real bad. But that's gonna leave his Lord exposed to a bit of a nasty fight here. Yeah, Throg turns around to beat her up. Should be able to deal with the sleds like so. This fight over here still going well. Let's bring in some more Marauders. This is a big micro battle. A very big micro bout indeed. Throg is actually kind of surrounded now too. I do have a Manticore on his Lord. And I have some Fimir coming in too. They'll be able to delete his forces. There he goes. Nice. Let's Melkots him. He gets the terror out on Throg, but his Lord is dead. And that's gonna be pretty bad for him now, right? Unless he manages to escort Throg off the battlefield, but it looks like he'll probably be fine. Manticore is still doing great. Dervishes are dying. Frosty Doggos are doing great over here. I think he's done for. Although we are actually gonna lose Throg by the looks of it. Hey, you got Throg. Oh my gosh. All right, I killed the other Frost Worm though, right? All right, so that's a double Lord throw. Frost Worm's dead though. Of course, Fimir Great Weapons are amazing, but now we're both going to want to resummon our Lords. Norska doesn't do well without their Lord either. Lord trading it. His Lord was a caster, but my caster's also running. At least I have the capture on him. The Fimir Great Weapons are barely keeping it together. Come on, caster. If he rallies and I get a Melkots, that would be so good. Gets a D summon. Fimir are broken. Okay. That's actually pretty spooky. Double Manticore versus Griffin Legion, though. Who wins? Horse Masters versus Horse Archers. Who wins? I guess we'll see. We're maintaining that triple cap, though. Manticores will probably be able to live. That's good. And I think I do want just an emergency Skin Wolf here for cleanup. Because he has a lot of units that could just use a little bit of a cleanup crew right now. I think he wants to group up for a heal, maybe. Could be a little sus. Do I have any units just chilling doing nothing? No. This squad's doing great. And it looks like the high ground is barely going my way. Being triple cap for this long is not comfy for him. We start to save up for Throg now, because we need Throg to counter his other dudes. And the Marauders are holding decent, but they will be terror routed. In the end, that's not the biggest end of the world ever. They should be able to rally. No, they actually full route from that. Kind of brutal. Griffin Legion versus Skin Wolves. We'll see how this fight goes. A little sussed out by that. No Lord resummon, though. And the Manticores are cooking. They kill the Frostworm. They terror out the Kislevites Warriors. Frostworm's gone now. Hell yeah. These guys will probably rally by the looks of it. Nice. Dude, the double Manticore is cooking so hard right now. They're doing amazing. Absolutely amazing. Throg will be back soon, too. We might be able to win this yet. Though it's certainly a little bit sus. Is that another Griffin Legion? It is. Oh, geez. All right, that's actually real bad. Did not want to deal with another one of those. At the very least, we got a lot of point caps. And we will have Throg back. And Throg will be very hard to shove off points and whatnot. All right. There we go. He's back. All right. The big man is back. You got a back point capture. I only need a couple capture points to win this. So that ain't too bad. Dervishes, not doing too much. I still have a double cap here. In theory, this should be doable. Skirmishers are still looking pretty decent. And if we just have to hold, right, more Fimir Great Weapons just to lead his cavalry. I think one more Fimir Great Weapon is all we realistically need. Come on, Throg, you get in there. Oh, he's going to commit to the point. He knows he has to capture it, right? I think he will, though. Yeah, he gets to capture, but loses his dervishes for it. So honestly, a little sus. We're starting to field many a single entity now. His dervishes go down, and I will be able to capture the point. So all we gotta do is hunker down now, right? All we gotta do is hunker down. We got Throg. He is lordless. Throg's a pretty big menace. Will he triple cap us? I do have one Fimir Great Weapon here. Will be great. Gonna need more anti-large though, that's for sure. So that's Griffin Legion. We do win on a single point though, so will he actually be able to do this? There's the Melkoths and a Manticore charge plus the Throg buff. That's gonna be pretty massive damage on his poor Griffin Legion. And if I just start spamming cavalry, I think it's over, right? Losing out on a whole Griffin Legion here is really rough. And unless he gets his Lord back or something, it's gonna be just sus no matter what, right? I still have the Fimir Great Weapons here. They'll be able to just annihilate. And then Ice Wolf spam into the horizon should do pretty well overall. Yeah, look at Throg. He's doing great. Ice Wolf spam into the horizon. Just get him in there. Melkoth's the Griffin Legion. Get him dead. Okay, Manticore still alive. I will say he is actually tussling here pretty well. We actually lose out on the Marauders and the Fimir. Bro, that's pretty bad. I do have Terror, at least, in the form of the Manticore. And he is going to lose the leadership of this Patriarch to Throg and co. So I still think he's pretty screwed. Though he's certainly making it very sketchy indeed. Doggos. Should be able to crush it. Okay, yeah, so there goes his cavalry. They're all dead. Doggo route, though, very painful. There's a Melkoths. Come on, baby. Dogs are speed boosted here, but he summons another Griffin Legion, bro. Okay, all right. So what do I got then? I got a couple dogs. There's a Griffin Legion. He's almost at the point where he actually manages to win this on a double cap. If I'm unable to secure the point soon, we're going to need a triple, or we're going to need a double cap to win it, which is certainly much more difficult. Manticore actually gets routed too. We're gonna get the Melkoths on his Griffin Legion at least, pulling them through the doggos and a full surround, along with the Throg Daddy buff. There you go. There you go. All right, Griffin Legion get deleted. Thank goodness. All right, then Marauders for these guys. I'll bring in the skirms back to give some range damage, and now we should be able to take it. The trading has been really rough for him, right? The trading wise has been very rough. So I should be able to resecure the point. That's just a Kossovite dervish. Nothing too scary, right? Just a couple dervishes. There's another Melkoths. He is holding the point though, against all odds. I'm going to need to start spamming out Marauders over here if we want to take that out. Okay, here we go. Marauders are cooking. What is this? Just another dervish, okay. Though he is actually holding. Bro. Bro. Yeah, I'm gonna need to clear him out. Dude, they just keep holding. They just keep holding. Oh my god, the dervishes. Turns out the Griffin Legion were not the problem. It was gonna be dervishes the whole time. Yo, I think he won. I think he won. Dang, dude, that's crazy. I was not able to get the Fimir there. The Kislevites warriors were a little bit too spicy. And then the full might of the Kislev capture weight was a little bit too much in the end. Dang, yo, what a match though. Fun best of 9. Czarix wins it though. Sweaty. Oh my goodness. Yeah, anyway, we can pull it back. I have nothing else. It's just a little bit too much oomph here. I'm still gonna play it out because you never know. I'm still gonna play it out. It is some pretty nice routes here with the terror of the Manticore. I have another Melkoth to route off his dervishes, yeah. Who knows? Who knows? What does he have coming here? Griffin Legion? Bro. Bro, he's seriously just gonna walk the Griffin Legion in there? What the crap? Oh my gosh, I finally get the point. But he saved up for a Griffin Legion, there's no way. I guess Kislev doesn't really care that the Lord was dead. I don't even win on the double cap now. GG! Well played! Oh my goodness. GG, well played. Congrats on the win. Lots of very close games today. I think, let's see here. How would we have played this slightly better? I think the Fimir were God tier, right? Yeah, the Fimir were God tier. Dang. He's the first one to win. Czarix with the 5-3. Honestly, very fun games. I think I could have played the Dwarf one so much better, though. But overall, he's just playing really well. Skirmishers did get a lot of value in the end. They were able to use all of their ammunition. Dang, dude. I think the skin wolves, yeah, the skin wolves aren't really that great by the looks of it. I like the manticores. Even after that early lord damage, though, he got so much work done. I think, I don't think you run skin wolves here. I think they're just a bad idea. You run Scylla and Fingrim. They're just gonna get shot up, right? 25% missile resist. How good is the Mortis? 10 to 20? I don't know if you run Scylla. I think what we really wanted here was like... Could just take more spears, some Marauder Spearmen. I think the javelins are too risky. You really just want a lot that can kill cavalry. So the Marauder Champion great weapons were not the best. I think Throg was amazing. Him barely killing Throg though was a sick play. Berserkers are hard maybe because they do really badly versus horse archers. And I don't want to just get horse archered to death, you know. I could take more horse masters, but they didn't feel that great overall. I think I just needed more melee, right? Just go super hard on the melee. Let's see. What do we want? Armored skin wolves, maybe. Yeah, Kislev doesn't really have a person grinding their win rate right now. I do think they're a strong faction, though. You don't mess around with them. Especially if you run double Frostworm. I think double Frostworm is where it's at. Dude, those skirmishers, though, were just farming value on me, right? I could just try to farm value back and just take some, like, axe throwers. And just say maybe the skirmishers are able to shoot me, but I got axe throwers. Could move one of the Fimir for, like, just a handful of guys to kind of keep pressure up. I think this is slightly better. We saw the Ice Wolves plus Fimir was enough to fight his cavalry. We know the Manticores are great. I think you kind of need the great weapon dudes, but what else would you take? I think I need like one more little bit oomph and then we get there. Like a, I guess I never used Ice Wolf chariots, but I don't really have a use for them. You know what? Maws of Savagery. Just for cleanup. Alright. Norska. Do I have a Norska build saved yet? It's my first Norska build. Yeah, there we go. Norska versus Kislev. Alright. Now, I did promise that we would cast one of these games. Someone sent me a replay where they wanted to get some tips and tricks on how to win it. Ah, crap. This was, oh, it's on Crossroads. Okay. I thought it was bugged because the map's so flat, but it's just Crossroads. Any campaign today? No, I'm going to end it early. Yo, Czarix, what's up? Congrats on the win. Alright, so this was Beastmen versus Dwarves. Traditionally a Beastmen favored matchup, but... What is this? Is this replay bugged? That's not right. They should not be rampaging. Why are they rampaging? I don't know. Alright, interesting. Let's see here. Okay, summon some Cygors. I can't trust the replay though, right? Was it sent with or without the mod pack on? Yeah, I guess it's bugged. Alright, well. No replay today then. Anyways, very fun series. I'm gonna call it a day for today. Tomorrow we have another best of 9 against, let me see. Who do we got? Tomorrow I have another best of 9 series against Boss Toss. Oh, hell yeah. Should be after the tournament. Should be good. You haven't had any mods? I think it's because I'm running the Total Tavern map pack, maybe. Anyways, I'll see if I can get it fixed for next time. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Peace out, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Have a great weekday. Of course, thank you very much to all our members. I will see you guys later.